ourselves.
Yes, yes.
Hello, hello. What?
Hi, this is Friday, March 28th, and you have reached the 53rd episode of AltadenaTalks. I'm Brian Bacchus, and my partner in crime here is...
Jamal Smith.
And Tony will probably be on later on today during the show. She's out on assignment, and so we'll be bringing her in when the assignment is over.
Hey, happy Friday, everybody. TGI Friday.
Before we get into the announcements, we're going to be talking about some conversations that I had with a couple of people yesterday on location at a new client, and it's regarding chimneys. So I know by the time we get to that point, Tony will probably be back on, and I will focus on that at that time. But, now I'm going to turn it over to Jamal while I go and do everything I was supposed to do, because when I got thrown off, I forgot to go live to all these other places.
Got plenty of time to do it now. So here we go.
So just to let you guys know, we are live on 2 Instagrams now. So our Altadena Talks live is now live on Instagram. It's not quite live yet on Facebook, but it will be. We had to go through that 65-day. I don't even know if it's business days or because it's been 60 days.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we started the show on the 16th, and I think I made that page the same day. So we're here. We're live. We're everywhere. Please, if you're following Instagram, follow Altadena Talks. I'm only doing it on my Brian Bacchus because that's where I have an audience. But we really want to focus everything on Altadena Talks. It's its own entity. We are just YouTube. Part of the entity. Yes, and the YouTube. So after this month, which is the 31st, I will no longer be going live on my Instagram page. Unless you guys, by popular demand, cry and say, "Hey, what is it?" Then I'm going to say, go follow Altadena Talks. Because that's what we're focusing on for the next 2 years plus. So don't forget, we are the longest running podcast now on several streaming platforms in the world that talks about Altadena.
True statement. Very true statement.
We try to tell the truth here.
We try.
In fact, we love when people are on here and check us when we slip
of course
with a word or two. I love it. I mean, I don't know everything. Sometimes I'm just spouting what I see on the internet that I corroborated, but then they changed it. Oh, they just changed that yesterday at 2:37 a.m. Well, I'm glad I know that now, because this is what's happening. That's what they're doing. You can see one thing one day, the next day they've changed the policy. Am I lying?
No, we've seen that multiple times throughout this process so far, especially with building codes and, talking about that extra 10% that you might be able to go over. So many different.
It's just a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's another reason why we try to bring on either Tony, who's talked to the professionals most recently, that can, she can share the most up-to-date information, or have the actual professionals come on, which we hope to have very soon. Again, and Tony will probably mention that several times today about what's going to happen next week. It'll be good. It'll be a good show. A really good show.
Yep. So we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Jamal so that he can go ahead and do what he needs to do. But first, a word from our sponsors.
It is I. I'm kind of glad. What happened? I'm kind of glad that we're not going to be doing these for much longer. because we've been talking about these deadlines for a while. But I am also hoping that most of you who are watching who haven't done so will actually take heed to these deadlines coming up, which is this coming up Monday, March 31st. It's the deadline for FEMA financial assistance and SBA loans for physical damage assistance. And the most important one, I don't want to say most important, but the one that's kind of been the biggest topic that for our episodes has been this right of entry, whether you want to opt in or opt out. Monday is also the deadline for you to decide to do one or the other. So go ahead and hop on that, make a decision, and get moving with your cleanup. With that in mind, there is a disaster relief claim center still at Jackie Robinson Community Center. They're available from 9 to 1 on Wednesdays and 1 to 5 on Fridays. They're 1020 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Pasadena. Also, the Disaster Recovery Center is located at 540 West Woodbury Road in Altadena. They're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. And for the One Stop Permit Center, once you are close to being finished with the debris removal and you're ready for that rebuild process, if you want to get some information, it's a one stop shop on 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210 in Altadena. They're open Monday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Again, this part is the walk in. This next slide is about if you want to have a free 1 hour consultation appointment. And if you want to do that, they're going to have those consultation appointments available Monday, Wednesday, Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's at the One Stop Permit Center at the 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210. And to reserve your one-on-one appointment, you would go to recovery.lacounty.gov/rebuilding /one stop permit centers. Something I found today, Catherine Barger is hosting an Eaton Fire Rebuilding press conference. It's basically, she's hosting this press conference to highlight the urgent approaching 3-day deadline for wildfire survivors to apply for FEMA assistance, make the decision about the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, as well as the SBA registration. It's also going to include the update on the rebuilding efforts in Altadena. It's today. It's basically going on now during the whole time that we're here at for our show. I just got a copy of this maybe a short while ago. Didn't see it before our show. The folks who are going to be attending are Catherine Barger, Colonel Eric Swinson, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Angela George Moody, Chief Deputy Director, LA County Public Works, Dr. Muntu Davis, Health Officer, LA County Department of Public Health, and Brandy Richard Thompson, Public Affairs Officer for FEMA. This is going to be at Fair Oaks Burgers parking lot at 2560 Fair Oaks Avenue in Altadena. So if you're able to hop in the car and keep us on the phone and go check this out. We got about 10 more minutes. Sorry about that. Union Station Homeless Services. They still are providing some kits for us and free items. Some of the kits have hygiene products in them, such as toiletries, deodorants, razors, menstrual products, toothpaste and toothbrushes. There'll be new bedding, towels, and clothing, full-size shampoo and conditioners, bars of soap and body wash. For the baby, there's wipes, formula, and diapers. There's going to be assorted gift cards, as well as sack lunches, shelf-stable foods, and snacks. This is at their adult center at 412 South Raymond Avenue in Pasadena. And again, if you want more information, reach out to eatonfire@ushs.org. The Dena Relief Drive, the main hub is at Pasadena Church. This is every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. until they say they're going to stop. This is located at 425 Sierra Madre Villa Avenue in Pasadena. And they do need volunteers, so please go ahead and scan the QR code if you're interested in being a volunteer. They would definitely appreciate it. The Junior League of Pasadena is also accepting donations. Today is the last day of the week, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., when they're collecting household products, baby formula, baby wipes, diapers, personal care items, and hygiene products. They're not accepting clothes. It's only those items and they are then going to distribute those items tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And both, this is going to be at 149 South Madison Avenue in Pasadena. And they are checking IDs for the affected zip codes. On April 1st at 9:30, this is Tuesday of next week, you're able to join the open session board meeting of the Altadena Chamber of Commerce. They're going to have J.E. Kelly, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Julia Juarez, Deputy Commissioner, California Department of Insurance, as well as Mark Wingate, Debris Task Force Leader for FEMA. So you can actually go to altadenachamber.org and they'll post the Zoom link 2 days before the event. Our folks at World Central Kitchen are, again, providing multiple locations where you can get some water, some farmers market items, as well as food. You can go to Gordy's parking lot, Gordy's garage parking lot at 843 West Woodbury Road, or Sierra Madre YMCA at 611 East Sierra Madre Boulevard in Sierra Madre. These locations are open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then reopen from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. There's also a location at Iglesia del Nazareno, Monday through Saturday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., located at 3541 Brandon Street in Pasadena. Pacific Oaks College is actually distributing goods on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Those items will include new women's clothing, air purifiers, baby formula, adult diapers, gloves, and disinfectant wipes, as well as face masks. This is located at 45 West Eureka Street in Pasadena. When you actually get there, they're indicating that you follow the signs to the distribution center building. And this coming up Tuesday is going to be the last Tuesday that Taco Bell is going to have their food truck giving away free tacos at the Food for Less parking lot at 1329 North Lake Avenue in Pasadena, and it's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We Out Here Market is every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. They're going to have hot food, snacks, clothing, shoes, mini hygiene products or kits, jewelry, face masks, and more. This is at Fair Oaks Burger, again, 2560 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Altadena. And they will be checking for proof of residency to make sure that you are entitled to these items. Come on and help clean, paint, and plant for the reopening of Loma Alta Park in early May. This is going to be every Saturday in April from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Loma Alta Park, which is at 3330 North Lincoln Avenue in Altadena. To register, please type in the bit.ly link. It's bit.ly/3 capital Q, lowercase l, lowercase s as in Sam, lowercase y, lowercase x as in X-ray, and capital K as in Kappa. And there will be lunch provided. The Eaton Fire Collaborative has a mission to provide a coordinated response and clear communication to ensure resources, assistance, and information reach the people and organizations that need them the most. For more information, you can go to EatonFireCollaborative.org. And then Jazzy Jam, prom dress and suit giveaway. Their second event is actually coming up this weekend. They're providing vintage and new suits and dresses and everything that you need for the special night. This is for all the high school seniors who are affected by the California wildfires. It's sponsored by Jazzy Jam for Empowerment in association with Soul to Soul Solutions, LLC. And this event is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Paseo at 300 East Colorado Boulevard, Suite 139 and 141 in Pasadena. And this weekend it's tomorrow and tomorrow and Sunday. And in order to register or in order to partake, you must register by scanning the QR code on the flyer. I've been talking about this, the Wildfire Recovery Rebuild Conference, which is tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's at the Hilton, 168 South Los Robles. I did go to the link just to double check and see how things were going, and the registration is closed. So they're full to capacity. I don't know if they're going to add another day at some point in time, but for now, hopefully, if you were interested in this, you were able to register because registration is currently closed. So just letting you know about that. Didn't check this particular one. I think there is room, but this next one is also tomorrow from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's put on by First Choice Design and Development, and they want to help you provide information for you to start your rebuild. You get answers on planning, permitting, WUI compliance, and more. And when you sign up, you can actually get their Rebuild Our Neighborhood Builder Bundle, which includes a 5K watt solar system. If you want to register, you go ahead and scan the QR code. And if I didn't say it already, it's at 87 North Raymond Avenue in Pasadena. So on the 1st, this coming up Tuesday, you can do a somatic meditation with Salome Wellness Collective. This will allow you to learn a new groundbreaking meditation technique. And this will be at Paseo Outdoor Mall, 300 East Colorado Boulevard, Suite 151 in Pasadena. It's from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and it's hosted by Ariel Salome. And you can RSVP by going to bit.ly /DH-SALOM as in Mary E. Excuse me. The No Finish Line presents the Dina Family Reunion at Octavia E. Butler Magnet Middle School on Saturday, April 5th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. This is at 1505 North Marengo Avenue, and it will be, they're going to have sporting games, vendors, food, music, and more. Should be a fun event for the family.
Jamal, you're muted.
Pardon me. So Loveland Community Development Corp, are we good now? Yeah. Presents the Youth Empowerment Festival for families affected by the Eaton fires. This will be Saturday, April 5th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Pasadena City Hall at 100 Garfield Avenue. It's going to be a dynamic carnival-style event designed to uplift and inspire young people and their families who have faced hardship due to the devastating Eaton wildfires. And then our local Altadena resident, Stephanie Capps, she's gathering and building and putting together nice quilts and giving these away at special community events and outreach and pop-up events. She wants to share these thoughtful gifts with everyone affected in the community. Excuse me. And to get in contact with her, you can email her at StephCapsRN, and that's caps with 2 P's at gmail.com. Or you can reach her at IG and Instagram at allcapsRN. Again, caps is 2 P's. And that's it for today. I'm going to go ahead and jump on off and bring folks back to the stage, you and I, and let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. What does that look?
I'll just pretend like I froze. So I just want to give some special shout outs to say what? Elaine, you messing us up. You know, I'm checking at 18 different spots. Anyway, just wanted to bring some shout outs to the Instagram folk. Appreciate you for coming on. So we had Kelvin join. You know, I like to throw Kelvin on blast because, you know, he's from Dina, but just expatriate out to, yeah. And then we got Elaine joined. Welcome, Elaine. We appreciate you. Ross Taj joined, and Elaine said that our thing wasn't showing up on the Facebook podcast. And then she up and turned around and said, now it's popped up. I think that's because you hadn't popped up yet. See, once you come on the show, the party don't start till you walk in. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime and in between time, you rock your podcast and I rock mine. Mm-hmm. Now you got the ghost in the machine to go by. I used to have it. Where's Waldo? Just walk by. Yeah. Well, thank you. We appreciate you, Elaine, for always being the watchdog on the bad master of controllers called the internet. I'm trying out my new headbuds.
Headbuds?
Yeah, because they're in my head. You know, it's that new Elon Musk thing. It's called headbuds. Every time you put them in, it releases an injection of hemp into your system.
Oh, dang.
And now you got head buds give you a head buzz. You know, don't steal my ideas when I be coming up with these names.
We got to record it here, so we know where it started
it's recorded
first.
Here, so yeah. So if I see you out there talking about, I thought of it. No, you didn't.
You a liar. It ain't true.
Because we got them. You've been eating them supercalifragilisticexpialidocious oats. If you just think you're gonna take my idea, I'm playing with me. Anyway, it's Friday. It's like a fun day. We usually have. I mean, let's go all out. Let's go ahead and just no, put it back. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back. We're gonna go ahead and put it back. There we go. Now that is the look of concern right there. That is the look of I hope that stupid dog don't jump off that roof again. Yeah, Elaine, we're going to copyright that meme. That's right. So it's approximately 10:36 on a Friday. We have been in for 22 minutes. That means that we came in at 14 minutes in. That's 10-ish.
It is.
Don't trip, you know.
As long as we're within the hour, it'll work.
I'm just happy to be able to get up every day, get on this show, and have the people say he ain't coming on today. This ain't gonna last. They just BSing. I'm just making up stuff. I make up my whole hater audience in the background. You know, I got the haters on the hater bleachers behind me. Boo, you suck. I have somebody come up to me in Abu Kabab. I was in there, and you know him. I ain't gonna mention no names because he says he watches the show. So if you want to come on here and expose yourself, he walks up to me. He's all drunk. He goes,
"Thank you, Marcus."
No one watches your podcast. No one watches.
That's what this person said.
Yeah, and I go. That's okay. I don't do it for people to watch it. Threw him off, right? He goes.
Yeah, you gotta share with me later on who that was.
Oh, you know, you see what the
I know you said that. I know you say that.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know who it is. But so before I started the announcement, you had made a comment about chimneys, about a conversation you had. I'm just curious.
So one of the employees at the new client that I was at had a sister or a friend who had a house up in Altadena, and they told her they had to remove her chimney because it had to check for asbestos. I said that's a lie because they're not even checking the soil. Why would they check the chimney? So they ended up having them come up there 3 times. You know how to give you the notice. And I said, did it get knocked down? She goes, yeah. I said, well, that wasn't permitted. You could have bought that. It's your property. You can tell them what you want to have removed or not.
Yeah.
They want you to be there when they do it so that you can tell them what you don't want moved. Because we do have an ordinance that there are no wood burning chimneys unless you already had a pre-existing structure. And here's the funny thing. Not once in the history of the 50 years that I've lived in and out of Altadena over those years have I ever heard of a house catching on fire because of the chimney, or thus causing a whole neighborhood fire because of the chimney, because it was wood burning. So I'm very confused about how you try to slide a verbal ordinance into place. It's not even written. Nobody. This didn't ever happen before, so how could it be written? And by the way, in case of a natural disaster, all chimneys have to come down.
That's crazy.
Come on, man. It's
with that in mind, it's almost as if they anticipated it.
Right. So who knows? It's like hindsight is 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Let's come up with this now. Let's put all these little things we got on the back burner so that we can slide them in month 8, month 12, month 15.
Pretty much what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. What we need to be doing is investigating the previous fires that the Army Corps of Engineers have had experience with. Not saying we're looking for anything bad. We just want to add what's happening. How did it happen? What were the rules? What were the problems? Because everything they have different dumping procedures for clearing debris. It's not like some barge is going to come from New York and just put it on and say, okay, we're on about a 30, 40-day trip back to New York. They're probably dumping it in the volcanoes out there.
I know you said that the other day. I was like, what?
I did, because that's the only feasible place you could, because I always wondered, how does Hawaii get rid of their trash?
Huh?
Where does it go? Do they have a part of the? Do they have one of the islands where they just ship it to, and that's the trash island?
I hope not.
They must have it. Is there a name for it in Hawaii? In Hawaiian?
It's a section. It's the island where nobody goes or knows about.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's the 8th island. Because they only got 5, right? And then they paid Google to keep it off the map.
Right. That's crazy.
But yeah, this is. I got to wonder, like up in Santa Clarita up here, they got this commercial that they show all the time about, are you suffering from breathing from the dump site that's like a little bit ways up from here? Do you smell stinky air? And all the time I lived up here, in the 4 years I lived up here and back again. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think my camera went out a couple times. I know I was watching that. It kind of went in and out. Because Elaine just popped up. Is it me, or was Brian sounding like he was in space? I always feel like
you were sounding. It got garbly, so I changed the echo. And
it was the earbuds when I switched over. I'm trying to give it a more natural feel because I hate having something on my ears. And plus, if you look at my headset, it is so raggedy. Look at that. Look at that headset. It's so tore up. But you know what? Let me tell you something about this headset. This is skull candy. This is better sounding than Bose to me, or Beats.
That's the name of the brand, Skull Candy?
Yeah, Skull Candy. So I'm going to order another set. But yeah, this was pre-disaster. You can see I taped it up. Yeah, you got to fake it till you make it, homie. Sometimes you just got to work with what you got until you can get the audience up there to make it so that you don't have to worry about anything. You know what? I appreciate that, Elaine, because these also, they don't just plug in. They have a Bluetooth feature to them. The charge they don't last that long. So it's probably like 8 hours. So it's good for podcasts, but I got the buds now. So now I look like on location. Hi, this is Brian Bacchus. I'm with Tom Brokaw and Professor Slippin, and this is NBC nightly news after the nightly news. So yeah, Friday's light. We've been on for 30 minutes. We always just really kind of let you know what we're going to be doing. So tomorrow is multiple things going on in Pasadena. And as you saw from the announcements, we're going to try to attend some of them. I'm not going to say, my whole thing is I like to go to the places on behalf of the podcast watchers to try to give you a gist of what happened. Tony did a follow-up to the builders town hall, and that Zoom was available for anyone that wanted to check it out. We was talking about it on Thursday. Yeah. And anybody that wants to be able to see it, it'll be on our website this weekend. I'm just swamped with a lot of stuff. I got a couple of new clients. I had to let a couple of clients go.
It's on the YouTube channel right now, FYI.
Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. It is on the AltadenaTalks YouTube channel. So, it's on our website then, because the YouTube channel is attached to our website. Oh no, it's not, because it's on the AltadenaTalks one, and that's not on the website. So I'm gonna have to make another page for that, or switch it over, because I broadcast. With Zoom, you can only broadcast to one channel. So now, but yes, we will now. Farmers Market is not tomorrow, is it? At Farrellsburger, did you make that announcement?
No, because they didn't have another flyer saying that it was for this week. So it might be.
But it's every Wednesday there for sure from We Out.
Oh, well, then that's part of the We Out Here then, because they probably have it there every Wednesday.
So yeah, that's so we usually try to get out there and go to different events, because the whole point of it is, why make the announcements if we're not going to be going to them ourselves? I probably will be stopping by Jazzy Jams again and doing a follow-up. Oh, that's a lot. You should have took.
You can't click on it, huh? For whatever reason.
No, you can't. So what you got to do is there's a banner already up for it. So right here
for the YouTube. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That way it's easier for them to write that out.
So if you go to that link, and then go to the lives, the live tab, that's where you'll see it.
Yeah, just remember, everything that we do on our YouTube channel is mostly going to fall under the live category. We will. There are some shorts that are actually being developed that we're scheduling to post. We're just trying to continue every day, no matter. We're only on here an hour, 2 hours, Monday through Friday, but your lives go on all day, every day. So if you ever want to get a dose of some AltadenaTalks, you can go ahead and go to the YouTube channels. It's a KTLA 5 Morning News, had Aloe Black and the changereaction.org talking about what he and his organization do. Who is Aloe Black? I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Is that somebody that's from Altadena? Aloe Black? Let's look up Aloe Black. I don't know who Aloe Black is.
I'm checking it out.
I don't like to comment on stuff I don't know anything about. So, but thank you, Elaine, for that information.
He looks familiar.
Let's see. Aloe Black. We done pulled up Aloe. Oh, it's a singer. That's what she said. His kids went to Waldorf. Oh, cool.
You look like Yasin Bey a little bit.
Oh, okay. Let me zoom in on this real quick. Yeah, he got the same. Yeah, he does kind of look like him. Shine your light for the world to see. My homie said, shine your light on the world. Yeah, okay. Aloe Black, appreciate it. Wake me up when it's over. I ain't listened to the radio and I don't know how long, girl. So I'm stuck in the 80s. So, if you said Tears for Fears or Prince or Time or, the System, Don't Disturb This Groove or something.
Oh wow.
Or you could, if I could name you all the people who thought they was Michael Jackson, starting with Milli Vanilli, Terrence Trent D'Arby, the System, Jermaine Stewart. All of them thought they was Prince. Thanks, Sean. Happy Friday. Yeah, we are happy to be here and happy to bring you guys this information.
Johnny.
That's an old song. Which one? Which song you talking about? His? Wake Me Up When It's Over? Right? Oh yeah. Well, I just was looking at a video and the System song, You Are In My. So that's when he thought he was Michael Jackson. He had on the all brown leather. No, it was the same time. Everybody was trying to look. He looked like a cross between Michael Jackson and Jesse Johnson.
Wow. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Who else? Steve Hart from Troop. Steve, he used to do that too. Didn't he have that little Michael Jackson
He
stuff?
He just got a doctorate degree and he has written his first book, or I don't know if it's his first book, but he did publish a book.
Oh man!
And we're going to call him up and see if he can come on the show.
That'd be dope.
I'll reach out to Tanya Owens because she got the direct connection to Steve. That's her homeboy. Or Claudette Varelli. I'm messing her name up on purpose. I'm gonna start calling people names. I didn't see you on the show, Potsy.
You're just gonna get them upset so they do come on the show. Like, my name ain't that.
Oh, was he at the Pharaoh's Burger event? Oh man, did I probably caught him on video? They caught the DJ. He does do Motown Mondays over at the Shortstop in Echo Park. It's a nice little hole in the wall, cozy. They got a dance floor, and they do Motown on Mondays. I like to go to the alternative one on Thursdays. Cheers for Fears and all that.
Well, one thing for sure, they Fair Oaks Burger, they are having some sort of musical event this weekend. I think it's Saturday, but it's a rally, some sort of rally. I'm not sure what the rally is going to do. I don't know if they're just talking or they're going marching. The flyer that I had didn't tell much. That's why I didn't post it.
I never got any follow-up from the one that Damon Moore did for the march that they did last week. Did anybody hear about that?
It didn't have enough info for it to make sense to put it up there. And then the one flyer from Fair Oaks Burger just listed acts, but again, it didn't give context in terms of why they were going to be there and what it was for, and the ultimate outcome. So I didn't put it up there. So if you go to Fair Oaks Burger's Facebook page, I'm sure they have that lineup. And I'm wondering if Aloe is on there. Let me see. No, he's not listed on there.
Well, I was up at the event last week for the Jazzy Jam event. I like that event. I want to go back. I want to see, get some feedback from some of the people who are actually attending, hopefully. And I'm going to let them know, this is going to be on our podcast. This is mostly Altadena people. They need to actually see what what we're doing out here. This is the first ever of its kind that I've ever seen where every prom in the city is getting paid for, and they're also providing you with the gear, the attire.
The clothing, yeah. It's phenomenal, man. I mean, you figure these kids have gone through a whole lot.
You crazy. That's an inside joke. I'm fascinated. I'm excited. I love covering stuff like this. This is fun for me. I'm gonna be up there tomorrow.
I was just gonna say, it proves everything that we say about Altadena and the community aspect of it. Everybody helping, everybody, especially in this these crazy times. So, yeah, it's proof positive that Altadena is a pretty good place to be. Can't wait for it to be back.
Uh, so going back over to Instagram, and I see my homegirl Kim Luden came on. You know, she's the stylist for the stars. I don't like to be putting her out there like that. She's real private. Seriously, she is.
But and yet
But,
you just did.
Yeah, you know, well.
In a minor way.
Look, I just don't go looking her up. I mean, I shouldn't have said that either. She don't need no extra followers.
Yeah, let's take her thing off.
We got Chuck, our in-house correspondent for building inspections, and join. Welcome, Chuck. It's always good to have you on. Know what I'm saying? And
Yes,
we
yes.
got the infamous Mosan Moore. Just like we're gonna have Mo come on probably next week because we're at the point where his foundation needs to be recognized. He's formed it over 4 years ago. It's here to better empower the children of Pasadena and Altadena with mental assistance, mental counseling, because athletes always are asked to give more. I know you can do it. I know you can make this happen. But they never talk to them about what their mental state is in. And right now, we're getting him set up so that, because, you know, he's been doing this for a while, but we're getting him set up because his platform is needed more than ever now. These kids are going through it. These 8th graders, 7th graders, 8th graders, getting ready to go to high school, were playing sports, lost everything, their favorite cleats, their good luck shirt, the special draws they used to wear, the biker shorts. You know, like Jordan. Jordan wears North Carolina biker shorts under his uniform because that's his thing. So, you know, he loved North Carolina. That's where he got off. You know, that's where you first knew about him and James Worthy. Don't get me started because they both used to fly from the top of the key. James Worthy did it first, though.
Of course.
I had to say, James Worthy was my man, boy. He was quiet. He wore them glasses. He wanted to pop you upside the head, but he was always quiet. He was that sneak attack dude. For
Silent
real.
assassin.
Right. But yeah, it's very needed because kids are not even wanting, like Marcus said, they don't want to get out the car anymore when they go to donation stations. They don't want to do this. They don't, you know, they're going through mental anguish because you know how we were when we grew up. We talked about you.
Mm-hmm.
Even I was like one of the poorest people at school, but I was a great snapback dude. So, you know, you get ready to say something about me. I said, yeah, man, my shoes is beat up. But why your mama send you to school with all them new clothes but no money for lunch? That's the question we want to ask you. But that's the kind of stuff that we did. You know, we were young and stupid and didn't value not talking about somebody based on the class of how they grew up or what they look like. It's worse now because you got social media always telling you need to be blinging and doing this and that. And now you're going to school in somebody else's clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to school in somebody else's shoes. You got brand new everything, and it doesn't mean anything to you because it wasn't something you picked. I'm all about, when I was in school, I was all about that split. You know, I got on that split. Now, I got on somebody else's split. Right. This ain't my shirt. These ain't my pants. They are now because they were given to me. But right now, I can't even focus on any amount of money I get. Can't go buy drones. That's a luxury right now. Mm-hmm. I can't go replace stuff unless the money's been given for me to replace it. That from entities that are supposed to be covering replacement. So I'm not going to go out and buy drones or my camera equipment or anything like that. I'm just going to make do with what I got until I can get to a point where I have something to call my own again. I don't even have a real home right now. I'm like everybody else, staying with someone, you know, until you can figure it out. Luckily for me, this person ain't the kind of person that's like, okay, well, you've been here too long. It's time to go. You know, because I know a lot of people like that. going through it. All of a sudden you got a house. Oh, you have to pay rent for 6 months. Damn, that's a big burden off my shoulders. Or even if you have to pay rent, do you know how long you're going to be there? Do you want to sign a year lease when you know you might be going someplace else in 6 months? Do you want to sign a 2-year lease to make sure your family's staying there? Remember, a lot of us
uncertainty, man.
Got seniors in our family. They not up to moving. They lived in their houses for 50, 60 years. They knew where everything was in the dark. And now you stumbling over a piece of lint because you didn't even know that was right there. And it's not your place. It's a lot. And so the mental anguish, I mean, if I hadn't started doing this show, Jamal, I would have been messed up. For real. Because this is the only platform where you can actually vent and everybody
can let it out.
Yeah, and people can then come in like Marcus is popping it up. I mean, all this stuff is what we need. And guess what? And I say this every time, and I'm going to say it every time. The media coverage is dwindling. The donation stations are drying up. The only people that are actually going to continue the donation station stuff like that are the people who actually have businesses here. Kudos to those. Number one, Farrell's
and those who really care.
She's part of the community. She lives in the community. She has a business in the community. Her food is good. I used to walk from Palm down there, eat, and then be pissed off that I got to walk back home because now I'm going to burn it off and have to come back down there to eat some more. And that's another thing. Elaine, kudos to you guys on the front line that are actually helping these people find places as realtors and stuff. Because it's hard. You got the price gouging. You got the people that don't like the way you look.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes.
The Mitchells went through that. They lost their house in the fire and they had to go, I think they moved to Glendale, Burbank, and the look you get, because Glendale and Burbank don't have that many black people. So they feel like, oh, you're infiltrating. Oh, the neighborhood's going to go down. When you don't really understand that all races have intelligence and all races are ignorant at the same time. So let's not focus on I just lost my house. Now, if all you Glendale people lost your homes and there was places to live in Pasadena, I bet you'd be right here. I bet you'd be right here up in Altadena, not caring if you live next to somebody black.
Hey, we about to
not caring at all.
Just an FYI.
So Glendale's always been bad. I ain't got nothing good to say about Glendale or Burbank when it comes to their police officers. I get pulled over out there and they can't believe I'm driving this car. When everything comes back matching, they really want to find a way to get you. And it's really not set up for that. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it, Elaine. That's because, we need, what? I'm going to tell you, the civil rights movement wouldn't have happened if it hadn't been a few white people marching with the black people. It just would not have happened. I don't care what you say, but that's what it is. It takes a nation of people. It starts with your community, starts in your own home, then your community, then you reach out to the rest of your geographical area. But that was your best one.
A saber-toothed jackrabbit.
That if I would have said that today, people, what's a jackrabbit?
Right.
Because people don't know nothing.
But that's why you ain't saying it today. That was back in the.
Nah, well, we can't even get no mama jokes on here. We gotta wait for Throwback Thursday for that one. I got some good ones. Boy, I grew up in the projects, boy. You had to be quick. You could not Mark is about to come on and tell us we got some snapbacks. Are you going in on the rest?
No, hang on a sec. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we can see you too.
All right, yeah. I just wanted to check in on y'all, see how y'all doing.
You know how we do it. We over here, just this is like the haberdashery on Fridays. We just talk about anything because it's the end of the week. We don't want you going into the week depressed, weekend depressed. We don't want you to be sitting here all messed up about why he talking about that today.
Yeah.
I was trying to go over here to the Saturday thing. You know, it's like, so we got the whole crew in here today. We got our on the scene correspondent Marcus Betts. He's over at the Improv getting ready to do his third show.
And next on the mic,
It's my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song. This is like a clown day, you know, because I'm happy it's Friday. My girl's mom turns 98 tomorrow.
Man, that's a blessing there.
We're taking her to her favorite Creole restaurant. She's going to pressure me about marriage.
Well, at least you know.
Yeah.
At least you know in advance.
She said to me yesterday, Brian, you know my daughter has a son, right? Now, our sons are the same age. They're 31. And I said, yes, I know that. And she goes, well, you know, that doesn't look good in his eyes. And I made a mistake. And I said,
What'd you say?
I said, I promise you that we will be married before you pass away. That's going to be like, I could be in.
When that could happen.
Yeah, it's about that.
commenting on that.
You only got one life to live. I haven't dated anyone in like 3 or 4 years. Seriously, to the point where I wanted to move forward with that. But I'm about to turn 59 in 8 months. I ain't got. I'm hoping somebody like me anyway. You know, 'cause I'm a hard one to deal with. You know what I'm saying? I don't sleep. Nah, baby, I got one more thing to do. No, for real, I don't sleep. I mean, when I do sleep, it's a cat nap.
Hey, this is true. When he used to come visit me in Vegas, it'd be in the middle of the day and we could have been talking. I had this one room with all the computers in it. He'd be in there working, we'd be talking. And I'd go out for a second and I'd say something like, B, blah, 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 blah. B?
I'll be out.
I go in there, that fool be out.
Under the desk, though. I don't just fall asleep in a chair. I get under the desk.
But 15 minutes later, he's up. He's spry. He's up. He got more energy than I did. And he does that all the time.
My brain don't go to sleep. It's the body that says, bro.
Man, he can sleep wherever and whenever. And it's a good thing in some ways.
Oh, he takes power naps, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, quite a few.
Marcus, how are you? How's your family?
Everybody's doing good, you know. We are just, moving forward, pivoting, and staying focused on the journey. You know, we're all
good.
Different stages in it, but we're all being supportive of each other, and till we get to the finish line. So all is good, you know. Hey, we're all here. We all made it out of it. We all got each other to go forward with. So, I'm good. We good.
That's amazing.
And we got this show, and we can be some clowns, and we can have some fun.
Yes, sir.
We're trying to do things.
My whole thing is to make y'all laugh.
What was that?
Tony over there getting her grub. Oh,
I know.
You're making me hungry.
She eat bird food. It's bird food.
But you like it's like that 5 course filet mignon.
Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna give you a real transparent moment. Everyone here is probably gonna laugh. I am who I am. What you see is what you get. So in 2019, I did a big chop because I had damage to my hair. Right, big chop for men and women are totally different things. But I had damage to my hair because I was coloring it, trying to not go gray and all this. And I was like, no, I'm old enough. I've earned it. I'm gonna go in and let my gray come in. So I did a big chop. So it was taking a little bit too long to grow. So I started wearing my weaves, right? I'm transparent about that too. I don't be trying to act like it's my hair because it is not. But I took it out several months ago and my hair was past my shoulders, but it was really, really thin. Like you could see through it. And I was like, what the heck? So I did some research, and at my age, because I'll be 60 in October, they were saying because of menopausal stuff, hormonal stuff, women sometimes have more DHT, I believe is what it's called, which is a male testosterone, but it can affect, for men, it's male pattern baldness. For women, it could be thinning. So one of the things that helps stop DHT is pumpkin seeds. So I eat throughout the day pumpkin seeds, and my hair is thickening back up. And so, yes, I'm on my bird seed, nice. Pumpkin seeds, that's whatever. Nice. But my hair is coming back. So that's why I be eating all these pumpkin seeds. Sorry.
She be telling that part.
I'm like a wealth of information. Not quite like
no, you like a good wealth of information.
Song lyrics, titles, a whole nother kind of another kind of information, and then I got other practical stuff.
Everything that entered his head is still there, accessible. He knows where to find it too.
I don't understand. It's frightening as a gift and a curse.
Elaine's gonna invest.
So yeah, I'm eating my baby pumpkin seeds. If you're a woman, middle-aged or whatever, or any woman that's having thinness, pumpkin seeds are it. So I've been eating them about 6 months, maybe every day.
So is it the oil?
And when it's pumpkin time, I literally no, it's that, and then Brazil nuts, those big ones that you get around Thanksgiving.
I love those. They're just hard to open.
That because it has selenium in it.
Huh. Yeah, they help guys
Brazil nuts.
With the
that's why you go to Sprouts and you get them that they're open already. They're deshelled. Mm-hmm. And then these pumpkin seeds, especially around the fall, my neighbors all be having like Halloween pumpkins, and I'm like, don't throw it away, give them to me. And I cut them out and I roast them myself because I also don't want all the salt. So yeah.
Okay.
So we got a little bit of a health lesson today, huh?
Plus they get rid of parasites as well.
Get rid of parasites too. Okay. Yeah. Sure. See, that's one of the things.
You guys see me chomping on today.
I tell my kids all the time, you learn something new every day. Yeah, it could be about yourself. Yeah. It could be about nutrition. It could be from school. But every day I ask my kids, what did you learn today? And you can't tell me you didn't learn nothing. You could have learned how to cross the street. You could have learned to look both ways or anything, you know what I'm saying? But you got to constantly learn, and I just learned something from you, and I appreciate that. I learned that a good joke could go bad if you say it to Tony, because she may have some facts that come and shut it down.
You better watch your language.
There you go, because he's talking about she.
Okay, I wanted to show you guys something that I found a long time ago. If I can pull this picture up, and I probably can't. But
I got nuts in there too.
I was just listening to this brother Yaki Awaken. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with him, but through his interview, he talked about that. That was a segment of it, and he was talking about pumpkin seeds and Brazil nuts for baldness. He was in particular talking about guys, but it applies to everybody.
So what it is that hormone DHT, and you guys know, even as men, you have some female hormone, and then we have a lot of testosterone. And so as we age, both of them. For women, the estrogen decreases, but the DHT increases. And that's why some women wind up with hair on their chin or be having mustaches. And so
she got a mustache.
I know some that do. I'm glad I don't. But
I thought she turned her camera off.
Yeah, I dated a couple of women that look like Tay. They were pretty. They just remind me of Payday.
Oh gosh.
Sorry, man. That was bad. You know me. You know me.
So yeah.
So what were you gonna show us, Brian?
Elaine, I have Brazil nuts in here.
I'm opening. I'm trying to get Google to open it up so I can share it. Okay, so if you pay attention, certain fruits look like certain body parts. So I'm going to share this page real quick. She got a mustache. You know, that's from Eddie Murphy.
Like our kidneys.
Why don't want the kids' aunt Buddy? She got a mustache.
Hey, not the real Aunt Bunny.
The real Aunt Bunny.
Elaine, don't go to Trader Joe's, go to Sprouts. Because it's Sprouts.
If you guys look at this,
go ahead, and you can bag up. No, I was telling Elaine, go to Sprouts instead of Trader Joe's to get the Brazil nuts and the pumpkin seeds because you can bag them up and weigh them for however much you want. That's where I go get all of mine. And they're not shelled. Where Trader Joe's, you might have shelled and all that. But go on. I'm sorry, Brian.
So if you notice, there are certain fruits and vegetables that look like the body parts that we have. And they're actually made for those body parts. So, of course, a sliced carrot looks like the human iris. Carrots are good for your eyes. Ginger is good for the stomach. That's why you drink ginger ale. And if you got the cheap way, if you really want to get your stomach right, you will blend up some ginger ale and ginger and some pineapple juice and really kill your stomach. What do you call that? Viruses or whatever. As you can see, now walnuts are also shaped like the brain and they're good for the brain. But they don't have a picture of that right there. So you can see these different vegetables that you eat every day. And it's good to snack all day on healthy stuff that ain't going to make you fat. Because I got a whole thing of trail mix downstairs from Costco, big giant bag that's got the individual bags in it. I keep about 4 of them in my car because you never know. Yep. If I get stuck on the side of the road, I'm not going to starve to death because I'm going to open up that trail mix. I'm going to eat one Raisin in a minute. Never know how long it's going to take to get there. Take a little pumpkin seed and you got your little macadamia nut piece.
Gonna make it last
forever. And then I'm going to eat them like Tony when she was 10. But this is good.
So real.
This is good health right here. I mean, we all older, so we don't want to not the stuff's right there. So when we went to the farmer's market, I was so mad that I didn't get anything. But I will be at the next one because they have some ears of corn that have my name on it, some carrots. I love a good salad. I take pictures and video of my food all the time. So trust me, when I tell you I can make a bomb salad.
What up, Jay?
Telling you. But yeah, eat a lot of rice with soy sauce. That's my only sodium intake.
You are a man after my own heart, dude. Basmati rice with soy sauce.
Black rice?
Mm-hmm.
Black rice.
Rice with soy sauce.
Hold on, I'll grab it right now.
That's what I do. So funny. When I was working at this one job, and I was always broke for lunch because, by the time I get my paycheck, I got to pay everything. So the spot next door, it was pretty much like the place for like $15. So I would say, "Hey man, how much for some rice and soy sauce?" He said, "Man, $1." I said, "Okay, well here's $5. I'm coming in every day this week and getting the same thing. Just hand it to me." And I didn't gain weight, because I was eating rice. You got to remember, look at the Asian community. Do you see a lot of fat Asians?
Every now and then, but no, not overall.
Not a lot. Like,
race-wise, they trained for it.
Yeah, but race-wise, they do a lot of walking.
Yeah.
They do a lot of moving around. Now, I used to bag on when I see this old Asian man be at the corner doing the hula hoop dance, right? And I'm like, why is he doing that? Then as I got older, I said, I'm going to start doing the hula hoop dance because them hips need to be lubricated.
Oh, yeah, Sheila G.
Sheila G.
Sheila G. That's good for you, too.
Yeah, they got a lot of them. You can CMOS and
your own shots. You can make your own CMOS gel, but you can make your own shots if you get your ginger, your turmeric, and I know you will add pineapples. I got 2 orange trees and way too many oranges, but I will make those. And you can, anything that you juice should never be in the refrigerator for more than 48 hours. So I have little glass shot ones. So when I mix or juice the ginger, the turmeric, and the oranges, sometimes I will put pineapple, and I'll make enough bottles for a couple days. And whoever, my kids, whoever can, I'll be like, I made some ginger, some shots.
You are stupid, Jason.
You talking about the Sheila G, or what is he talking about?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what that's for.
She'll like it too. It's like that commercial with the 2 baseball players. No, what is it? Doug Flutie and the other dude. They're taking them the Focus Factor or whatever it is. She'll like it too.
Jason's crazy.
Oh my God.
But what's your favorite rice, Brian?
So I like all kinds of rice, but I really love this basmati and jasmine rice. So when I go to Abu Kebab, I don't think I took a picture of my meal last time, but I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm about to give him a shameless plug. That man has the best Greek food you have ever tasted in your whole entire life. Right there on Lake across the Abu Kebab, right there on Lake across the street from El Pollo Unico. He gives you a big old bowl. It's like this big of rice.
How big is it?
This big. I can't even fit it on the screen. Like, I don't even have a thing here to show you. I don't even have it.
You know, that's like when you're raising your kids and you leave on a Saturday to go do something, and you come back and all your big bowls are in the sink because they filled them up with cereal and milk. And you already have to shop at Costco, but they done got the brand new bags and filled these big old, he did like this. That's what reminds me of the big old bowls. And you'd be like, really? Y'all, you ate a whole box of cereal for breakfast, in one bowl? Like, that's what for the rice.
Funny thing about that is Jamal turned me on to the alternative cereals that come in the big ass bags. Like marshmallow Mateys and Toasty O's.
Yeah,
it's the same stuff, different names.
But what I would do to my son, because he didn't like that, right? I'm not eating this. So I said, okay. So I would take the bag. I go buy a big box of cereal that he liked, and I would go buy that bag, and I would pour that in there and reseal it.
Yeah,
and then
he wouldn't have any idea.
He didn't know for at least 6 months, and then he was like, so finally I just left the bag out there. Like, he goes, what's this? I'm not eating that. So you've been eating it for 6 months. Yeah, I've been going through great lengths to trick you.
Right.
And he goes, I said, try it. He goes, it does taste the same.
It is.
It's the name brand. I remember I used to beg my mama for Frosted Flakes, and what was she buying? Raisin Bran.
Not the same.
I don't have a problem with going to
Raisin Bran. That Raisin Bran and Frosted Flakes ain't even along the same line.
Exactly, because she's buying something she's going to eat.
Yeah.
Right. Not because I want it. We have no choice.
You
either going to like Raisin Bran now.
Well, in the morning, if you want to eat cereal and the only thing in there is Raisin Bran, that's what you're eating.
Oh no, we always had like a variety.
I'm not eating Raisin Bran now, but back then I was a kid, nigga, when he eat Cheerios. He wanted to eat Tricks. Well, no, the grape nuts always taste like rocks.
Yeah,
no, you gotta
honey bunches of oats.
Hey, Captain Crunch.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. I hated it. Bite rocks, but I feel like every last one of my teeth got broke.
No, you gotta let it sit for a couple minutes so it softens when you get them grape nuts, because otherwise you will break a tooth. But yes, Marcus Betts, Captain Crunch, the OG cereal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You have to let that soak too, or else it tears the roof of your mouth.
No, I would eat it just like that. And
I would too.
It felt like a hairy roof. You say hair roof. My goodness, like hair was on it. It'd be so raw.
That skin just hanging off.
Yeah.
Right. It felt like when you eat lemon,
right.
teeth be feeling like piano keys.
Yeah.
That was that grape nuts, frosted
Yeah,
flakes.
raw mouth. Yeah,
Raw
you
mouth,
can't
yeah.
talk to nobody for a day after you eat that
The
cereal.
whole,
Exactly.
all that hurts, right? Captain.
Yeah,
Crunch.
my dad used to do wheat germ and yogurt
Wheat
Yeah.
germ.
No,
because wheat
no.
germ
If you
got a lot of
sprinkle, but it's
crunchy
not
crap
like you're
in it.
having a whole box of it. And then if you put the right amount of sugar on your grape nuts, ooh, with that milk,
You know, grape nuts was always advertised by an older person.
for
It's
health
like it was
reasons.
trying to tell you, when you get old like me and your dentures ain't quite in there, you need grape nuts. You need to let it soak for a little while and some
You got to let it
and
soak.
you'll be good to go. The Fruity Pebbles, that looked like a bunch of rocks. It was Fruity Pebbles.
I didn't like that. I didn't like the thing with the marshmallows, the little
Lucky Charms.
The Lucky Charms, I love that.
Mm-mm.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so that's Marshmallow Mateys
Yeah.
in the generic bag. And what was
Yeah,
Captain Crunch?
none of those.
I know Cheerios was Toasty O's.
Oh yeah,
Damn,
we
I
had
forgot
Cheerios.
what that knockoff brand was.
We
Man,
always
shoot,
had
if
brand
I-
stuff. My parents
If I
always
ate cereal now, I would probably go buy that bag of cereal because it lasted a while.
But you know what? We were particular. Like my parents bought the brand name stuff, but I was saying yesterday, I think, or the day before, we didn't eat white bread. I remember when we first did, but my dad used to go and find all these companies. And one day he came home and he took a piece of white bread and he crumbled it in his hand. And then he set it on the counter and it never opened back up. And that was the last white bread we had in our house. We started having wheat bread and we would have like the or wheat or whatever. And then the hot dogs. After he went to a factory that made hot dogs and saw that it was nothing but scraps of the animal and all this other stuff, we stopped eating regular like beef hot dogs. And we would have, we switched, I don't know, I was in junior high or something, but we started eating Louis Rich turkey franks.
Ooh, fresh. Louis
At that point. But it was because he would go out and see what these factories were
No,
doing.
I know, because you wanted to get the real stuff, not
And he
that
was like,
compressed
nope, not
bone
eating that
parts.
in our house.
Tutti Frutti. Tutti Frutti. Oh,
Rice
really?
Krispies. Now, let me tell you, Rice Krispies, you need the real Rice
Oh
Krispies.
my God, Elaine. My mother lived on powdered milk and powdered potatoes.
Oh, no.
Powdered potatoes, man. Oh, God.
We never had those. I think we had a box of carnations.
My mother, I think she just was trying to kill us as kids because she didn't want kids.
Made you resilient,
So
man.
it didn't matter how
Made you
much
resilient.
sugar you put in that powdered milk, it never was going to taste sweet.
Man.
So
Never.
listen, have you guys ever eaten Spam? Because I never have.
Yes, I've eaten
I've
Spam.
never
My
had
boy
Spam.
used to come home. Do you
I've
know
never
that
had
that's a
grilled
sushi, a Chinese delicacy?
Oh, especially
They
in
will
Hawaii.
give you, man, they will help you out with some Spam real quick. It don't
I had
taste
friends
like
that would
Spam
talk
the way
about
they
it,
make
and I
it.
was like, why are you eating Spam instead of just real ham? And they were like, we don't buy
Real ham costs
cheap.
money.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
My mother was like, if you want real ham, you go buy it yourself. And as soon as I buy it, this is her. Oh, give me some of that.
You know what we had? And I don't cook to the, okay. Did you guys ever have anything that you constantly had growing up that as an adult, you either don't buy, don't cook or whatever? We had peanut butter and jelly so much. I never buy peanut butter and jelly. And my kids would say, Mom, how come we don't have peanut butter and jelly? And I was like, because I ate that crap
Poor
growing
people
up.
food.
I'm not eating that.
I still tear those
No.
up.
Where you
so
have
much.
it so much, right? I was like, no.
Oh, I used to love Vienna sausages. Them shits are nasty now.
No, now we did do the pork
Awful.
and beans and wieners, but we
What-
had the Louis Rich hot dogs in it.
Yeah, we did potted meat too. You know,
What is
there was the
that?
little with the little devil. You know,
Oh,
the
devil
little
ham.
potted meat.
Devil
Deviled ham. It come in a little can. You snap it open and you just spread.
Yeah,
It's like Nutella, but it's
no,
coarser.
it's not.
It don't taste like Nutella either.
Did y'all
I
ever
think
have
we might have had that
steakums?
once or twice, but it wasn't good to me. And then, so you know how roast beef, you'd eat roast beef? Well, one day my father brought a brisket home.
Mm-hmm.
And we stopped eating roast beef and only had brisket. And there is a difference. But we were like, oh, what is this? But I could tell you what our meals were. Probably on Monday we had spaghetti, or Tuesday. Then we'd have roast beef maybe on Friday. We'd have pork and beans and wieners on Saturday. It was a rotation every week for a minute.
Right.
Then my mom was like, I want to cook something else. I want to do something else. And did.
Like, no, this is our budget.
Yeah, but I was, So my kids have asked me, like, why didn't you buy peanut butter and jelly? I was like, because I ate that growing up. Just like I'm not buying bologna, because I ate that growing up.
We couldn't afford that either.
What, bologna?
Steakums.
Oh, steakums.
Oh yeah, we used to tear that up. And
100% beef.
No, it ain't.
Steak. Did y'all ever have that? It was
What
the
is
worst.
it?
Cube steak?
It would be in the meat aisle in the package, but it was like basically some sort of steak that was.
Oh, and you had to beat it with the hammer. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we used to have
Now,
that all the
I'm
time.
gonna say this, and y'all might all go, but because this was part of the rotation too, and I loved it growing up. I don't eat beef at all now, but
liver
and onions.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
just about to say that. That's what I was gonna say before you said that. My mom
Liver
used
and
to
onions.
cook. It was the nastiest liver I've ever tasted in my life.
I'm out
My
on
mom
that one.
likes everything well done.
It's too tough.
And so we had a neighbor that lived next door to us when we first moved to Duarte. Her name was Barbara. I thought she was the finest lady I ever seen in my life. She looked like Lena Horne.
That's
No,
what
she
I'm
was
talking
great
about.
and everything. She goes, Brian, would you like to come and try my liver and onions? I go, no. And she goes, are you sure? I said, I'm pretty positive. She goes, I promise you, if you taste it, you'll like it. After I went to that lady's house and tasted that liver and onions, it tastes like filet mignon. I went back to my mother and I said, you need to cook your liver like her.
Like this.
Mom.
No, it don't.
And she tasted her liver, and my mother does this kind of stuff. If she don't, if she know it's good, but she don't want to tell you nothing, because my mom's the kind that if you do something wrong, she gonna let you know a whole week, right? That you did it. Every time she see you, there go that dude that fell asleep on the toilet the other day and held everybody up. That's the kind of mama she was. So when
we should bring our moms on one day. That would be fun.
I already tried that. She's
Bring her on the
camera
show.
Yeah, she camera shy.
Let me tell you.
Liver and lima beans. That's like the bad combination.
Yeah,
my mother would come.
Were they good, Sean? Were they good? She said I used to feed it to Marcus's dog.
I guess that let you know if it was good or not.
Is that why your dog had the little limp when he was walking? Too much iron.
that dog probably had a lot of liver.
Oh God!
Right? Yeah, you probably get it done too. We didn't have no dog
Suey?
to feed and stuff too. I remember chop suey in the double cans. They had the crunchy stuff on the top. It was Chung King. Remember Chung King? Try Chung King for your beautiful body. Try Chung King for your beautiful life. It was the dumbest commercial. And I never had it in my life because it just looked like it would be nasty.
Chung King. Gosh.
Yeah.
Wait,
Chung
what was
King.
it? Chung Chung Chicken? Wait, wasn't there something? There was some like brand.
They
or
probably
something?
had all kinds of stuff.
Damn.
Remember when Ralph's used to have plain wrap? It was like blue and white.
Yeah. I thought
It
they
said
still had
bread.
it. Well, it was Kroger.
It said bread,
right?
chicken soup, milk. Cola,
Butter.
lemon lime. But what I used to buy a lot of was Springfield soda.
Springfield
Boy,
soda.
you get a
Yes, I
whole
knew you
case
were
for
saying.
like $4.
Shit, when we had
And-
football games, that's what the parents would bring because it was cheaper than the other sodas.
And plus, it tastes better, actually. I mean,
It's
I
not bad.
killed
Chop suey in
some
a double
Springfield
can.
Coke. You remember Chung King?
Yeah, did they have the crunchy
The
noodles?
other little can. Yeah, the crunchy noodles. In the
Yeah, we
top
did
can.
have that. We did have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought it was nasty. I was like, Mom, don't buy that. Don't buy that. She goes, shut up, boy. I buy what I want. Every time I told her not to buy something, she would buy it. So I got to telling her stuff I like that don't buy it. And that's how I tricked her.
Wait.
No, you don't want to buy that, Mom.
Elaine didn't like shrimp. You put it in your pockets and would go to the bathroom and flush them? Girl, I would beat you over some shrimp. But let me tell you. Okay, do you guys remember Levitt's Furniture Store?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember Levitt's? Because all of us got our furniture there.
Yep,
So-
you'll love it at Levitt's.
You'll love it at Levitt's. So we had this dining table. It was
Everything.
white. And somehow, like, it had where the table was white, it was round, I think, but it had where you could see down or go into the middle part or whatever. There was like a round, steel part that held it up. I hated peas with a passion. I was not eating no peas. My mother would make me sit at the table until I ate my peas. She was like, "You're not getting up till you eat your peas." So everybody would be gone. Baby, I put them peas inside a napkin and whittled my way and put them down in that part of the table. And I don't know how long it took for her I don't know if she smelled them or what happened, but it was full of peas because I was not eating no nasty peas. And so when she just said that, it reminded me, like, yes.
Yeah, mine was sauerkraut. My dad tried to make me eat a hot dog with sauerkraut. I said, I don't like this. He said, "You're not leaving the table until you eat that." I was supposed to sleep at the table until the next day. He said, "Boy, just get up."
Right.
So I just confirmed my wife and her sisters used to do the same thing with some sort of food. They would hide it underneath the table, the food they didn't like.
That's what I did.
Wrap it up and sneak it. Yeah.
Yep, because there was always.
I've never made anything that my kids didn't like. I always made good food. I like certain stuff.
Right.
I would never subject them to that. You're gonna eat them pinto beans. Well, all you gotta do is smash them up, Dad. That's what he'd be like. Just smash them up and make refried beans like Mom. Why you make pinto beans?
Oh no, cream corn is the bomb. I even make my own cream corn though. Get real corn, the white, the sweet corn.
You might be a vomit.
I make my own.
I get it though.
Today.
I get it, Elaine.
Yeah,
it's
like
delicious,
when I go to the Chinese restaurant and I get the egg drop soup and it looks like snot.
Yes.
But I eat it anyway.
Yes.
Because it tastes good. You just can't look at the soup while you're eating it.
They do that at Mongolian barbecue, bro. They bring you that soup.
So the Farnsworth Park, not just the truck, but remember baseball season, and we would make them. What are they? The pepper bellies or whatever with the chili and the chips, the Fritos and all that. But if you went there for summer, they played you because we didn't get real Kool-Aid. They gave us that other crap. There was imitation Kool-Aid that didn't taste like Kool-Aid at all. And we would, we lived a block below.
Was that Crystal Light?
No, it's that other. It's fake Kool-Aid.
It was like, cool.
It was the Springfield brand with less emollients.
I don't even know if it was Springfield or whatever, but it was basically water with color. It had no flavor, not even the sugar. And it's like, what you doing giving us this milk? We would be so mad because it wasn't even Kool-Aid. And it had a little packet, just like a Kool-Aid packet. But they would mix it and you'd be mad like, this ain't Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It came in that jug, and you poured it in and mixed it.
That's like that champagne punch too.
That too.
Awful. That's an aftertaste. Like it don't leave for a week. It's just like it's right here. You be like, no matter what you drink, you can drink acid, you still gonna
Flavor Aid. That's what it is, Elaine. That's exactly what it was. That Flavor Aid.
Yeah, that's that fake Kool-Aid.
Fake Kool-Aid. And at Farnsworth Park, summertime, that's what they would always make us. And I would be so mad. And then, we, like I said, we lived a block and a half down on Wapello. And we'd walk home. I'd be like, let me get some real Kool-Aid out the refrigerator because this is some bull crap right here. Flavor Aid.
Have some in the closet all the time.
hey, this turned into a Marcus roast, huh?
Look, that's your family. That's your family.
Well, you know when you and Jay get together, that's what happens.
Between Shauna and Jason, they're gonna out today, bruh.
Look, your dog got the liver. They diming you out about your stash in the closet.
Yeah, man.
You ain't getting no love.
Up at the house, it all went down, man.
A whole lot went down. Good gosh.
Oh God, that's funny.
And y'all had you had the basement too? Good gosh, I'm sure all kind of craziness.
The basement. We had a pool table in the basement.
Okay.
It was like we was playing caroms on the pool table though, because it was a little too big for that room, but we made it work.
Right, you gotta be shooting all high like this. You got the stick this big, and you be like,
call it banks.
Right.
No, I used to take my thumb against the wall and just pop that mug, and it'd be like, oh my God, this has been a fun day. I can go back into the weekend like, hey,
No doubt.
into the show in a bang.
Bang, bang.
Yeah.
So we didn't get a chance to do it, but we wanted to surprise our co-host partner in crime with her own entry to the thing. So we're going to show y'all a little snippet of it. So the next time Tony comes on to the show,
Tuesday,
she's coming in like this. And there she is.
Nice.
Okay, so
we're trying to make this a real show.
You know what I need now, Jamal? Some music.
Yeah, man.
Like our Altadena Talks, but Tony Talks. I need you to make me a song.
There you go, bad master of the controllers.
I could do that.
Because you are the master producer.
Once again, Jamal, Jamal, that song
like
is tight, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But I use tools. It's not me on every instrument. None of that. I'm using tools and putting it together.
Okay, well, I mean,
I can do it.
I'm a marketer,
but I don't do it no more.
I just use tools too, but nobody cares.
No, but
they care about the finished product.
That's right.
Copy that.
That's right.
We're all using tools. In fact, there's nothing made today that doesn't use a tool.
Exactly.
Hey, man, you should play it right now, man. Like, really, I need to hear it.
Altadena Talks.
Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and roll the tape, Jim.
All right.
Go the music.
Hold on.
And just as a FYI, I know we'll be on Monday, but on Tuesday, I am going to have a couple special guests. I'm waiting now, but I might have somebody from FEMA and from SBA to talk to you all about next steps.
In addition, I'm attempting to get a mental health professional to come talk to us next week as well, just to give some different techniques we can use to get through this stuff. So again,
we got a packed show this week because
more information to come.
Yep.
I think every day is going to be filled. Thursdays, we got a person coming on. I think Friday you got somebody coming.
Together we grow from ashes, but there's so much more to be done. Our eyes in the sky, the news can be frightening, but our minds
turn it up.
I know. It's easier to talk about the things we need to change, but there ain't nothing more that you need to know. We're Altadena Talks. We'll tell you where to go. When it's dark, we'll be a light for you from the start. We're Altadena Talks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're Altadena Talks. Now more than ever, we have to be clever with water, food, shelter, and love. It's hard to believe that our neighbors are in need, but they're the ones we're thinking of. I know. It's easier to talk about the things we need to change, but there ain't nothing more that you need to know. We're Altadena Talks. We'll tell you where to go. When it's dark, we'll be a light for you from the start. We're Altadena Talks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're Altadena Talks.
And this was brought to you by the infamous people at Altadena Talks and other entities that so care to join us.
Dark, we'll be a light for you from the start. We're Altadena Talks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're Altadena Talks. Through the fire, we'll be a guide for you at your side. At your side, we're Altadena Talks.
Bringing it to you. We ain't playing. Trying to keep you informed, keep you entertained, and keep you alive with the news and events and everything that we can possibly tell you about every
You know
day.
what? I don't need a Tony Talk song. You could just play that in the background with that new graphic.
Yeah, or you could
Song is
make it
tight.
instrumental.
I love it.
Yeah, and when are we gonna release that? Because I want to like buy it on Spotify or something.
Working on that part.
Oh,
we
okay.
gonna exactly.
You got copyrighted and whatever you got to do, but yeah, we got to get it up there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool beans.
Yeah. That did some good in my soul right now, man.
I
Hearing
know,
that
right?
song. For real.
The fire.
That's
Man.
cool, man. It is a little catchy, huh?
Yeah.
You know, it looks like
What?
looks like the live on Instagram on my page is still going. It's kind of weird.
It is.
The one on AltadenaTalks stopped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mentioned earlier. It's your thing.
Yeah.
You hear me, mine.
They're hating at one point.
No, I did. I went and looked at it, and it did stop on my phone. And then I went to this one; it's still going. So, they sometime me. Oh, sometime me. Oh, thanks, Jason. We appreciate you. He said that's some fire. That's some fire right there. Some fire.
I wonder if it's just on. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Shawnee too. And Elaine doing the 2-step. There you go.
Doing it goes like this.
I wonder if it's business pages that they're only limiting to an hour.
I don't know. I'm trying to go to my page, but it's not letting me get off.
Hey, really, everybody in Altadena needs to hear that song, man.
Yeah.
It's inspiring. It's like, man, it's everything you need, especially like right now going into the weekend, man. It's a way to decompress and just go into your weekend and make the best of it on the real. Like, that's what just came to me right now. Like, man, thanks for that song, for real.
Wow.
Well, the beautiful thing is that April is seeming to become a month of events and festivals, which I'm actually enjoying. And we're seeing
And birthdays.
the light after all the dark that has happened. So we're going to try to make it to some of these events. I know we're definitely going to be at our own event on the 26th, and we're going to be out there in grandiose style. I got some stuff to show y'all after this that I hooked up with this thing. You all be like, what the heck? So, yeah.
And that particular song is going to be playing in rotation on the 26th.
Well, we might have the whole album by then.
You're right. I forgot about
Album?
that.
Album. That's what my brother used to say. Hey, can you play that album? I said, yeah, I'll play the album.
I'll work on the album.
The album.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, is we wrapping it up?
We are.
I guess we will. I mean, that's been fun. People have been
90 minutes.
You know what? While we're here, we always transparent. And I didn't do any shares to any place today because the show was fun, and I figured enough people know about it to come on and check it out from time to time. But we're going to look at the numbers with absolutely no promotion. And give me a hot second.
And we know most of our views come afterwards with watching the recordings too. But
yeah, I know it's Friday.
Yeah.
But that's very helpful that you have that option, right? Because you know, all the good information is being provided. Not everybody has the 10 o'clock slot. But
no, and that's the point. That you can go to any of our platforms and see it.
Yeah. So that's good. That's good.
And the other thing to note, if you want to see those old ones, definitely go to the YouTube page of AltadenaTalks. Just because, you know, Facebook is making us get rid of things after 30 days. They're doing it for everybody, not just us. It's for everybody. Any videos you have, they're removing them after 30 days.
So in the last 28 days, we've had 22,000 views, almost 23,000. Almost the same in reach, and content interactions have been nice. 1,800. That means every time somebody comments, likes, dislikes, talks smack, whatever, it's getting caught up on you. So today's view is only 56, but by the time Monday comes, it'll probably be 300. Yesterday's was 160. The day before that was 247. Now, Tony's shows always do well because a lot of people tune in because they want the real nitty-gritty about what's going on. So we did the farmers market live. That got 634 views. And the end of the week recap last week got 900 views. So you see how the week has gone by and it's already gotten watched 900 times.
Yeah, that's good.
So, this is how it's going. Now some of these, the ones I posted a little bit, I did this ad, it got 959 views. Now, when I say ad, I don't mean exactly an ad. What it is just a video that was playing to tell you about way back Wednesdays. And of course, the music is playing, but you can't hear it because I turned it off on the show. No, I turned it off on the sharing, so I didn't want to have double voice going.
Gotcha.
But this is where we're trying to come at you with as much as we can and spread the word. The more you share, the more, we'll be able to share it with other people. So
have a bigger reach.
Another good thing.
That's where we at.
Another good thing about this is the name itself. It's easy to remember. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing that is too complex for anybody to. Once you hear it, if you're given that reference, they can go with it because it's just that easy. It's that general, but specific to what it's about. That anybody can run with it. So everything about this show honestly is just excellent to me. Like, and I'm not gonna ask y'all for no money for endorsements or anything like that.
Is there no autograph?
You won't mention the conversation we had right before you came on, so forget about that.
Yeah, because I'm coming on. I got my family on here now. I need a percentage.
Hey,
like all this Jason and Shouty and everything. No, but really, everything about the show is excellent, man. The resource, the information, Tony Talks, you two gentlemen that just do your thing, chemistry, and just the delivering of all the information is excellent, man. And I greatly appreciate all three of you.
Thank you.
Don't forget, Jamal and Tony, to look at your insights after these shows as they're going live on your. Because now remember, we are broadcasting live separately to every last one of these channels. All three of our personal pages, Style Click Media, YouTube, Brian Bacchus, YouTube, Altadena Talks, and now today it was live on Instagram, Altadena Talks, and Instagram on my page. So we are really trying to utilize the audience that we have on these platforms to try to get them to be kept aware of the different things that we go through, that the neighborhood's going through, that the community is dealing with. And LaShawn said, I met a young lady last month and referred her to the YouTube channel. Tony had said something that I remember, and I told her, hey, that's the whole thing. I had the same thing happen to me yesterday with a lady that said they're making me remove my chimney. Like, they can't make you do nothing. So, you need to be informed. She goes, well, what's your show? I said, you got 53 episodes to catch up with. Have at it. I would especially tune into the ones on Tuesdays because those are more focused and relevant on the things that are dealing with builders and stuff like that. But, don't ask me to quote you because I'm not going to go. I don't go back and watch it. I already was in it. Well, I'm going to look at it for.
But yes, now, even if they tell you have to remove your chimney, at first it was you could only build back gas. They are electrical. Now they are gonna allow gas, just still no wood burning. So you can get rid of that chimney box and all of that and have them totally clear your lot. And as of, I think it's been 2 weeks now, you can build back a chimney that is a gas chimney as well. Because at first they were like, no more fireplaces unless they're electric, without the chimneys and all that. So that was worrying a lot of people because Altadena is all chimney. Everybody has a fireplace, and we see that with all the burn, that's what's standing, right? Yeah. And everybody wants their fireplaces back. So, thank you, LaShawn, for that. But, we really try on my shows, obviously on Tuesdays, to get that super relevant information, because then if we're doing a recap on Monday, and if we have some more levity or whatever, because we were every day just heads down, right? So the 90 days prior from January 7th, so October 7th to January 7th, Good. I'm glad that you told her that too. And you can always refer people directly to Ricardo Lara's office, the Insurance Commissioner of California, on that memorandum that we've shown here as well. And a lot of people that didn't know that said, "Oh, great," and went back to their insurance companies like, "Hey, this memorandum came out," and their insurance companies reinstated them and covered this loss, because that's what the memorandum was about, right? That if it was within 90 days prior, so October 7th through, and it was by the fire, then they should be reinstating your policies if they did those bogus cancellations in the first place and covering this particular loss. So yeah, it's good that you all remember and are referring people there. And we're just going to keep trying to get accurate, detailed information, so every week, we can present it. And like yesterday was Throwback Thursday, but I popped in and start talking about a bunch of other stuff, because if there's something that I find out is really, really important, I want to come on here and share it as soon as possible with people, even if it disrupts our show a little bit, and then we can get back to, the rest of it. But if I feel like, okay, I can't be on for the whole show, but let me jump on and say this because, we got this new information the night before, the day before, I will definitely do that always as well.
Because she's the Black Barbara Walters.
And Martha Stewart. I've been called the Black Martha Stewart a lot too, because all the DIY stuff I'll be doing, and baking and cooking and all kind of stuff. So
that's what we're going to start doing. We're going to do some live segments where I'm in the kitchen making a salad. I'm bringing all the show from I'm hungry today, so I'm chopping up all these brain-filled, health-filled foods for y'all today. Let me show you the Ginsu knife I got. Remember the Ginsu?
I do.
I have the
I just buy sharp knives.
Let me tell you, Cutco got the best knives on the market, bruh. I have so many of them. Cutco. Bruh. That's the new bruh between that one and the eyes.
Leave it there. Put it back. He's already retarded.
He's catching you every time.
I didn't
do it like, let me get some more ice cream. That ain't enough. One more scoop. Playing around. You should have found out that someone filed a claim with FEMA under my. Oh, wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, that is going around. Somebody went and got somebody's address, applied for an SBA loan with all their credentials, got $600,000, but they only got $58,000 of it up front. And then they found out about it. You got to be careful. There is, just like the pandemic and the PPP, we got the FEMA fraud.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. So, yeah.
There's
always going to be fraud out here.
Just for people to even go around and think for a minute, hold on one second, G, that they could go look at your address and file a FEMA claim under your burnt down address.
That's
like
crazy.
The audacity of it.
That's evil. That's
evil.
That's what that is, yeah.
Man. Man. It just messed it up for the homeowner and everything, man. It's
right. And because they got to now go through 2 or 3 years of regaining their identity back.
Right.
Proving that they didn't do it. Because you got to remember, all this stuff is electronic. You don't see nobody.
Yeah.
You just file it. And that's the mistake that they make, because it's a gift and a curse. Because for people like us, we need it. But if you're older and you didn't know nothing about this, and somebody knew you were old and said, I'm gonna get some money off her
take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Well, they could get money off of any property in Altadena because it was Altadena,
Well, that's the same thing about the people who are trying to get your addresses and copy of your driver's license to give you a donation so they can add you to a class action lawsuit. That was going around the first month and a half.
Yeah, the first few. Yeah, that was early.
I was getting people calling me left and right. Hey, man, we can make $1,500 a person, man. All you got to do is give me 100 names. I said I would be mud if it went south for 20 years. These 100 people would let 1,000 people know that I wouldn't.
Let me tell you what I get daily.
There is a special place in there.
I get like at least 3 calls a day. No joke, on the average.
Trying to buy the property
or just sell your house?
Various things.
Remodels.
Oh, really?
remodels. It's the most
remodel. Okay, you should do.
call.
You know what you do is you call them and say, you know what? Let's make an appointment. Why don't you meet me at this address? So they can see that we're beyond remodel, moron. You turn your automation off.
Here's my thing, okay? Because this is what I ask them when they call. What's the address you have in connection with me? And they'll give me the address. I said, you hear anything about Altadena since January?
Right, over the last 2.5 months.
And then I'm sorry, you know, right away, right? And I'm like, won't you do me a favor and just anything that's from Altadena?
Yeah,
anything from Altadena, wait till they call you. Don't be just calling people asking about remodel, because I'm telling you, it's me. I surely can handle it better than my mom.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, you're nice
about it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
how dare you not be informed?
Yeah, like that's just not right? Like, just Altadena, just flag it. Palisades too, flag it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It only makes sense to not put anybody else through more.
Right.
Like, how could you keep and I keep getting the calls? No joke, at least 3 a day. Remodel. Are you interested in bathroom remodel or roof repair and all? Man,
they're idiots.
Need a house.
Because there's a list, and they just go down the list and don't even realize where they're calling, right?
They need to realize.
Yeah. Exactly.
That zip code should be banned from all telemarketing.
Yeah, it should just be blocked, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they do it on Google. I had to fight for them to give us our listing. They will shut you down real quick.
I'm sure it does, Elaine. I'm sure it triggers darn near everybody that gets those calls.
Yeah.
It's completely devastating.
And then when you have to tell them, I'm sure they're like, well, I didn't know, or something like that. And it's like, hey, don't go there.
Yeah, you know.
Because I'm being nice. You don't want that old me to have to jump up out the pond and be ready to nut up on you. Shoot.
Yeah.
You're like, it's taking years to get me calm. You want to bring her back?
Right. You're bringing PTSD up in the mix.
They don't want to deal with it.
No.
What did you ignorant?
That's why I said the other day, Pastor John, he said, oh yeah. I said, I'm much better, huh? He was like, oh yeah, for real. Oh yeah. Because our pastor, Bishop White, would be, I'm telling you, he would be like, y'all, please don't with her, because she will be ready to fight you. She'll cuss you out in front of me. And she may apologize later. She'll go repent to God and pray about it. But Tony is not going to play with you. And I was like, Bishop, quit telling people that. He said, no, because we tell the truth. And I said, you're right.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's why Pastor John the other day, I said, but I'm much better, huh? He was like, yeah, because this thing right here could be super slick. And I used to, I'm a veteran. So I had a sailor's, I'd be like, what?
I'm a sailor, man.
You'd be like, what? What you say? What?
Yeah, she was like the sea hag. I'll get you. Stop it, Simon.
Oh, man.
How much money you got in that can, Popeye?
Well, it's cool that today you shared those numbers with everyone, because you usually do it after the show is off and we talk for a little bit afterwards. So it's neat that they get to see that.
Well, I just wanted people to see when you go look at the view and you go, oh, 50. Wait till next week. Oh, 500. Yeah, because people keep coming back because the information is vital. Now, this show was fun and we had a great time. And I love these kind of days because then you can just kick back and you ain't got to do much. But when we're doing, okay, roll the tape, oh, share that thing, oh, do this over here, pop that link up, that's the work days. It's fun to us because we know how to do it. But, today, hands free. I ain't got to, everybody else got, that's why they got admin rights now. So I can be doing this and you can see the transitions happening.
Yeah, because we'll do this to each other in a heartbeat.
Or take everybody out the thing, right?
Oops. Like,
we right on out.
Yeah, we be fighting.
So, this is a hint.
I'm doing it. Jamal's doing it. Brian's doing it.
Come on our show and you say the wrong thing, you will be popped in the green room real quick. Okay, that was uncalled for. Now we're going.
For example.
Right.
Jamal, you did that?
Nah, he
Of
did
course
it to
he did.
himself.
My hands is like this.
Whatever.
I did it.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah, I did it.
Why do you think I would do it? I'm in the middle of
Because you've done it before.
Just because
no, I
he
do
was
that as an
saying
example.
he did it.
Oh, got Jamal, not me.
No, see, now that one I did. I got myself.
Did you?
He said you'll be popped out in a minute, so that's what I just did it real quick.
Blip.
We're discovering so much of this
Zippity-doo-dah,
platform
bye-bye.
too. It's crazy. Zippity doo dah.
Bye-bye.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
Marcus, how did you actually come on the show?
I gave him the link. He asked to come
Oh,
on.
I was gonna say.
I told you that. I was like, hey, Marcus is about to pop on, but I forgot what you were talking about. But I have a
No, I'm not even tripping off him coming on. I was just like,
No, I know he's trying to figure out how.
I was worried about that. It was the old link because you were popping over there.
But I'm curious,
I broke
Marcus,
the
did you have
code.
something specifically that you wanted to mention? Because I know there was a particular topic we were on.
I just was feeling like, I wanted to check in and just be on with y'all.
I love it.
And
How many platforms parcels have been cleared on your street?
shoot, last check it was just 2. It's been stuck on 2 for a minute. I know Mom's house is in the queue. They said it's in the last queue, the final queue before we get the 72-hour call and then the 24-hour call. But the trucks are going up and down the street, watering the properties frequently.
Keeping that dust down.
Yeah, but actual clearing at my last check, which was last week, was 2. I just talked to my friend whose house is standing at the bottom of the street, and he's going through the insurance with regards to kind of going back and forth with regards to what needs to be replaced versus just clean and stuff like that. So they just kind of going back and forth with adjusters and stuff. But my uncle, who's in a similar situation, he's almost through the remediation process. They just now got to put the insulation back in his, and he lived right next door to cousin Ed, where Ed lost his home, and but my uncle's house is standing. He just had broken glass and smoke damage. So kind of got the full spectrum of processes happening within the family.
This is by Ed's house right here. This is
that's Unc's house. Yeah, that's Ed. Yep.
Oh, the houses that are there, they're still standing there actually?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so they didn't burn down. So you guys should be done pretty quick because it's not too many houses that got damaged right there.
So Ed's house, that's a small street, that's a cul-de-sac, but Ed's house was in between the 2, and his was the one that burned down. You know what I'm saying?
This one right here. Yep.
Yeah.
His Uncle Chip's.
Yep.
And we were just there, a couple of weeks before or a week or so before the fire?
Like 2 weeks before, we was bagging care packages for the homeless.
Yep.
And then we ended up being on the flip side 2 weeks later.
Is that Farnsworth right?
The beautiful thing about that, though, it's going to be so beautiful when you guys go back, and then it'll be time because you now have the experience of being on the flip side.
Yeah.
So next time you do it, you'll be right back at Uncle Chip's new spot doing it. Everybody come, we'll announce it here. I'll come, shoot, because I do that around Christmas and have people
go to Fair Oaks and Palm.
The green means it's been cleared, right? Or
no, that means
it's been transmitted.
Yeah.
What is cleared? The yellow?
Okay, you see that?
Additional info.
Yeah, they still haven't done Sherry's mom's house yet. Right there on Pine and Fair Oaks.
Yeah.
Pine and
right there in the corner.
My aunt is on Pine, right there on that same Pine.
So it's been transmitted, but they haven't done it.
The one on the left that says blank, it doesn't have anything. That one, that's her mom's house.
Oh, okay.
I had to warn them to go down there last week because I said, hey, y'all don't have anything here. It's like you ain't opted in, opted out, nothing.
This is where Jonesy and them used to be for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, right there. That's around the
Yeah.
corner from Raleigh.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I
that's
think they
Pine.
moved. Yeah, Pine.
Yeah, mine looks like our whole street is opted in.
Hey, Jamal, go up to Las Flores real quick.
You done went way over.
No, I'm on it.
No, but
You
go
wanted
to West. West
Your last floor? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. My
yeah.
bad.
That's what I said. You went way over.
I thought he meant to his street. I mean, his Lost Floors. I didn't mean to go that far out.
I'm gonna say these knuckleheads better not be opting out. Oh, that's the house is standing.
How far? Where you want me to go?
Go between Olive and Glen Rose. That's the reservoir right there, right?
Yeah. So it's your
Okay.
street. I mean, it's
Yeah.
your.
Okay, so what is the color code? Oh, so there was. Oh, so no one opted out, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, so my friend's house is the second to the corner. Yep. That's
Chris's?
the only one standing.
This wasn't Chris's, right?
Yeah, that's Chris.
Oh, it is Chris's.
Yep.
Yeah, because Gerald Pope's house is burned down. Trevor Phillips' old house is burned down. On that same street, because I drove down there the other day. I was like, wow, this just looks terrible.
So you had one property.
That's
That's Poppy Field.
Poppy's
My
Field,
bad.
yeah.
My bad. So yeah, nobody on your block opted out.
I wish they would update it so that you can actually see the lots that have been cleared, either with another color.
Yes, that's
Or-
There is
Maybe Google Maps been updating. We probably can just go straight to them.
I think there's
Because
another.
they
map
surely
out.
did update it in 2 days when it was scorched earth, and they just showed the whole
Man.
thing just gone.
Exactly.
So,
But
I'll look for
I'm
another
looking
map, 'cause I
now,
thought I
and
saw
I'm not
that.
and they
seeing.
closed every business on Google. You had to go and fight to tell them that your business was open. That was adjacent to Altadena.
So I don't know if we're gonna look for that or not, but I just gotta, I get news alerts and stuff all day. But I thought this was a good one just to say big ups or congrats to Coach Prime. He just got a contract extension for 5 years through 2029
Oh, for Colorado?
at Colorado Buffalo for $54 million.
Nice.
Mhm.
And he up there with the big boys now.
I think
Well,
that's excellent.
He's
He's the
proven
highest
himself.
paid college coach now, is what it says, the article.
This week.
That's true.
So they make somebody else. That's what they do.
Yeah,
he's the
right.
highest- the whole thing is, I want to be known as the highest paid, but you're only gonna be there for a week, and then here come 3 other dudes.
Right.
Like they're trying to give DK Metcalf to come to the Steelers $150 million. Really? We ain't got no $150 million for no receiver. You can give that to AB, and he was better than DK Metcalf.
Did anybody see whether or not the Google Maps is updated? Let
No,
me
I
check.
No, I didn't. I'm trying to open up this.
I was
profile.
looking for the other map that actually showed those that were cleared and had it color coded.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let's go to Google.
Yeah, it's not showing. It's showing an old picture of my parents' house. I mean, what it looked like before, and then just the regular. It's not showing the. Let me go back and see if I can go to the layers.
Yeah, I was looking for.
Because I would love to see. Oh, here's a satellite image. I want to just see if they show the houses that have been cleared, because, I'll be up there every week, and I know some have been cleared, but they're not showing it on here. So this is, I don't know when it was most updated. Yeah, because I see some that have been cleared that are still just all the ash debris. So
They probably said, "Can you not do anything until we finish? We don't want to get people's hopes up."
Well, Gavin
He
Newsom
didn't
just
get
went
it
on the
up, sir.
news talking about how much.
He
ahead of
was
schedule
just
they are.
at the Altadena Library this morning.
That's what I'm talking
Mhm.
about. He was making an announcement of how ahead of schedule they are and trying to remind people to opt in.
Did you guys see that there's an executive order or whatever regarding underground?
Yes.
I posted it yesterday on my Facebook. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
I
that's
posted
there
it
was-
on my Facebook because it was important. As soon as I got it, I think night before last, I posted it so people could see, because it is important. Doesn't mean that it's going to happen now in Altadena, because Edison has already put up all the polls, or the majority of them. but in certain areas, they're going to try to get them up. And I think it's more going to be in Palisades because the people in Palisades have literally been fighting Edison putting them up and saying, no, we do not want those. We want them underground again. So finally, I guess it got to the point where he said, yeah. But my thing is, when they were trying to just figure everything out, make sure all the power's off, make sure all the gas is off, make sure all the water's off and get people out of there, and then plan it to put everything underground.
Yeah.
Because they also now are still going to have to waive, which is why they're waiving the chimney stuff or the gas stuff, and telling people they don't have to go all electric, because I know we discussed this like a month ago. Underground transformers and power poles, you can have an all electric house because that's going to take 400 amps. Above ground, you can't. That's 200 amps. So that's why they had to waive it, because people were making stinks saying, look, it's not feasible. You didn't go underground when all the houses were burned. You put the poles right back up, so you can't force people to have all electric, which is why they had to waive and say, okay, you can have a gas fireplace and you can have gas brought back to your house for your appliances and all that. Where they at first were like, nope, it's all new builds, all electric and all this. So
have any of you heard any update on the solar panels?
Still fighting that. Still fighting that.
I just don't understand how the culprit, gets to be the profiteer on the tragedy. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to America.
They should be required to put them on everybody's house, free of charge to the homeowners, and then they should pay the homeowners for the power that's generated. You know what I'm saying? Because look what you put everybody through.
So I will just say this, because I do have, again, I'll say it again, power on my house. I have panels. It used to be, and Terry Clark is a good one. She has had panels way longer, and she used to get the true up bill every year that she'd have $1,000 credit, right? Because her system's so large, she generated so much throughout the year.
Right.
In April 2023, they changed it. I got my panels in December. Had I gotten them earlier the year, I would be under the grandfather, but now they're slowly shifting everyone. And what's happening is they are now, and I said it on the show and I'll say it again, because the CPUC has allowed it. They are stealing 75% of what you generate, and they're only giving us credit now for 25% of what we generate. So to me, if you're trying to say everybody has to have panels, then we need to get rid of this where you're stealing 75%. And I prefer, to be honest, don't give me no end of the year true up.
Yeah.
Just if I generate this much higher than what I used, make it a 0-0.
Yeah.
Don't charge me, and I ain't got to pay you nothing.
Yeah.
Just be like, okay, you generated more than you used. Yeah. You don't owe us nothing. We're not going to give you nothing.
Help out some folks who need it.
Exactly. And then that extra power can go on someone else's bill.
Right.
But I don't want you to give me credits where you give me $1,000 a year back. No, make it where, okay, I generated more than, especially in the summer months. I generate so much on the high, hot days. And in the winter, either you could store it for then and say, oh yeah, this month you gave us all this extra. This month you used more because it's winter and it's colder and you had your, whatever on longer. So we're going to balance it out. But at the end of the year, we don't owe you nothing. You don't owe us nothing. Instead of us giving you that money as a credit, it's just a wash, right? Mm-hmm. That's, in my opinion, what they should do. But that's going to take us lobbying the California Public Utilities Commission and lobbying the governor and saying this is some bullcrap. We need to change this.
Yeah.
So, but yes, right now, like, we only get 25% of what we generate. So we all still have a bill every month.
Yeah. And every salesperson that came out to install was saying, "Oh, you won't have a bill."
Well, because that was true.
Back then it was true.
That was true, but the state changed it in April of 23. It's been 2 years next month, and now it's And what happened was they were giving out so much money every year, they were losing money. But again, don't give people the cash. Make it a 0-0. People would just rather not have a bill.
Yep.
Make it a wash. Don't give the cash. Just make it a wash. People are generating way more. That's why, and I tell people this, if you notice this summer that we just had, we didn't have the same number of blackouts and the duration as we did 2 years ago. because this year all the extra generated power made it last a lot longer. And even when, like, I don't have my battery, I'm gonna get one hopefully this year, and that's so that I could switch off, because between 4 and 9 p.m. is when it's the peak hours, because they know people are coming home from school, work, all of that. So they hike your rates up from 23 cents to 63 cents a kilowatt, right? Like 40 more cents, so they could gouge people and make more money. But the thing about it is, when you are generating more, again, don't say I owe you nothing if I generated more than what I used. Right. And even when the power does go out, I see neighbors all around me that's like, oh, power's out. Mine might flicker, but at least for a good hour, because it still stays from your panel in your electrical system. I still have power, where my neighbors might be totally off. And if I had a battery, I could just switch over and the whole home would function like normal. But I rarely have, where my power's out. And just this past summer, we didn't have all the rolling blackouts where they were turning people's power off, because you have enough people that have them. So don't steal 75% of what we generate, just make it an even wash. That's how I feel about it. Yeah. That might be something I have to pick up.
She's saying that sucks, especially how expensive panels are. She thinks in Texas they true up every month, but the power is deregulated. So it's set up differently.
That would be good.
Yeah, they should be given a credit at the very least.
Yeah, it's going to take some changes to that.
Yeah.
So, but again, you can't mandate everybody rebuilding builds with solar, because those also are new home build requirements. Yeah. None of these houses in Altadena that burned down are new homes. They're rebuilds. Right. Nobody wanted this, asked for it, or nothing. So you got to not classify it as all new builds. They might be new construction, new materials being used, but they're rebuilds because of a disaster, a state disaster and a national declared disaster.
There's got to be something being done with freezing the rates on utilities and stuff, for a period also, like, because you know what they're gonna do, right? They're gonna increase their rates to recover, right? From whenever it all settled out, right? But there should be something put in place that for 5-10 years, you ain't raising no rate. You feel this pain. You know what I'm saying? Feel this pain.
So let me just say this. All of these comments are good and what we talk about, because we need it. But what we need to do is get with somebody that knows how to lobby, right? And bring these things, because we've got to lobby the governor, number one. And because he appoints the people that are on the Public Utilities Commission.
Oh, okay.
And they're the ones that all gather and make those rules. So if enough people are on his head, and really, I'm going to tell you, Gavin probably ain't going to trip about it that much, because this is last term anyway.
Yeah.
Right? He can't be governor again.
Yeah.
But it's going to take really changes to those rules and to the people that sit on the CPUC.
Right. Okay.
But the governor, no matter who it is, whether we have Democrat, Republican, whoever, our governor is who appoints the commissioners. And they're the ones that get to then make the rules about it and all of that. So this term that he just got in, he reelected some to the board or appointed some, and I think there were a couple of new ones. But April 23 is when they changed it with the rates and how, and they actually, since they're over the public utilities here, the electric, the gas, all of that, they're the ones that when the companies want to raise rates, they go to the PUC and they do a yes or a no on the rate increase. Okay. So that's where we have to focus our lobbying to the PUC and our elected officials, our governor or whatever, in order to say there needs to be some type of moratorium. We need to do something to bring it down or whatever, which is why I always tell people, start going to your county, your city, your town, whatever governmental meetings. If you got a town council, go. If you got a city council, go. If you have, and a lot of them do them on Zoom too, monthly. But a lot of people tend to think the elections we need to be concerned with are presidential and Congress. But if you don't start at the lower level, your local ones, you can get really jacked up at your local level.
Right.
And then it will build up to the other ones. So it's equally as important, or if not more important, to get involved in your your elections or your politics at the local level.
Yeah.
It's funny how the older you get, you really now understand, or you begin to understand the benefit and necessity of getting involved in your local politics. I know as a kid, I still don't like politics. I think it's ridiculous.
I love politics,
especially at the high level, because it's just like so much out of your control. But the local politics, I mean, it's absolutely necessary and so beneficial for more and more people to become more active in it.
Yeah.
And because we're dealing with this situation, I think far more people are going to be involved and recognize the benefit of it, because we got to have some changes and got to have some protections, because otherwise they're going to take advantage of everybody trying to rebuild and move forward.
Yeah. And then what happens is so many local politicians go on and they aspire to be more. They aspire to be a governor. They aspire to be a senator, a state senator. They aspire to be a U.S. senator or congressperson representing you, right? Because trust me, Catherine, this is her last term too. And she's in, we just reelected her last year or whatever. She's in for 4 years. And that's it. But this is not going to be the end of her political career. And now she's the chairman of our LA County Board of Supervisors. So now she has that on her resume for her political ambitions for the future, right?
It's a stepping stone.
Exactly. So that's why you got to really get to those local places and say whatever, because if not, then we see what's happening right now on the big scale for our country, right? The shenanigans.
Yeah.
Because they've passed things at the local level that people didn't pay attention to.
Yep.
And then they change the school districts or the school boards, and they change who their local judges are and all of that. And if you have a certain ideology, you put your people there, and then it changes it. And so instead of it being a snowball coming downhill, it rolls up to where we're at today.
Yep.
Well, another thing we got to think about too, since you did say that these both the governor and this lady's last term, who's coming in next? Who we need to start bombarding now, because we'll be here when they come in. So we need to know if they're going to pass the gauntlet, the baton, like in the 4x100, or are you going to drop it and now we got to figure out how to start over again with this person?
I just heard today. I just read today on Beautiful Altadena that if you did like a forwarding of your mail, then now you're being placed in that district for voting and stuff.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So like literally Altadena is losing their voice right now, because if you say you're in LA or in the Valley or whatever, and you did forwarded mail to that address, you're being redistricted. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So you know what I would suggest people do is find a local, maybe not the post office, but a P.O. box, a mailbox within your same district.
Yeah.
Have all your mail go there, even if you go pick it up once a week or whatever, because then you retain your voting, your voice for that district, right? Because we know for San Gabriel Valley and all that, we're the 5th district, right? But and a lot of Altadenians are right here in Monrovia, Duarte, and a bunch of these new condos and all of that. So they're still in her district, right? But for those that are now going to be outside, because I know people that are in Ontario, that are in Diamond Bar, that are in LA by LAX, where they could find something. So, and thank you, I hadn't heard that. So I'm super thankful that you said that. But the solution for that would be go, and nobody wants to have to go and pay $10 a month for a mailbox or whatever. But if your voice is that important to you, which it should be, right? Then you go and you get a mailbox. Maybe that's something that you could do a receipt for with your insurance every month as well, and get reimbursed and have it sent there. And then that way you retain that address, but make sure you put down the street address, not just it's this and whatever, right? You can put it as a street address and keep your voice in your district if that in fact is going to change things.
And that's where I give kudos to my wife, because she's like, we're gonna get a PO box, and there was a place that was offering, I can't think of the name of it, right? Nomad. Nomad is right on Colorado, and they were offering the first 6 months free or something like that, or for $70 or something. And so we established a PO box with them right off the bat. So we're still in Pasadena versus, you know, saying that where we're currently housed and being kicked out, you know. So it was something I just read this morning, and then I said, man, I'm so glad my wife, you know, did the PO box down there versus, you know, just changing a residence, you know, to have it, because it's an inconvenience.
I am the king of
PO boxes.
But the only thing with iPostal,
you see that link right there?
But the only thing with iPostal, Brian, is you have to do this verification where you show your ID, all this through the post office, and they will.
Well, you have to do that with everyone.
No, you don't.
You have. If you go to the post office, you still got to show ID to get the box.
To get the box, but you're having to do a separate verification through iPostal, because I had it and I canceled them last year, and it's a separate verification, but and that's not necessarily going to be in your district, because iPostal is not everywhere that you need to be.
Well, the reason why I tell you to go to iPostal, because you can put the zip code in and it'll show you what locations are still available that say they're open. Like, for instance, I set up one of my clients' businesses down at the mailbox on Woodbury, across the street from McDonald's. This was about 4 or 5 months ago. So I remember they're the only box left in Altadena. So, of course, now our foundation address is there. A lot of other things are there. But you can keep it within. Just look for the mailboxes that are around. Now, Webster's used to have them right there on Fair Oaks, but they shut them down from doing that. A lot of the UPSs have them. So you can go to there. But most of those, I always tell people to go to iPostal because it gives you the locations. Now, you don't have to use iPostal to get the location. You can just use it to find the location. And then you can call the location yourself. But I always say, call the location, find out what they charge you, because it might be more than iPostal.
Hello.
Yeah.
But yeah, just any way you can, mailbox, etc., like Elaine put up, same thing. You can find them. You just need to know where they are.
Yeah. And you gotta just, I mean, people gotta be aware of the importance of you know, doing the forwarding to an address that's not in your district. You're literally, you know, joining a new group. You know, you're joining a new voting area, and so which may not align with anything that you are really needing or desire.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So,
well, it's a good thing you find out now. Then when it comes time to vote,
for sure. Sure.
I don't want to vote for him. I don't even live there. Yes, you do. Oh, I do.
Yeah.
So how's that going to work, really? With 6,600 people gone, and you know they're still down there fighting to pick up their mail at the Lincoln Orange Grove location. When it comes time for voting, there's going to be no homes here to mail ballots out, to mail anything. So where are they going to go?
So that's a good question that we need to ask the county registrar and recorder. Because it's not just us, it's 13,000 homes, because the Palisades is in the same boat.
No, I'm talking about, but just our mailbox area, like the homes that, you know, when it comes time to vote and you're getting sent the ballots, where are they going? Are they being put on hold? You know, a lot of these people throw mail away. They're probably going to be
sent to whatever people have done. If they forwarded it to a new address or a post office box, that's where they would be sent. So people need to definitely have someplace that they are forwarding their mail. And they
can always pick it up, but that line bound down there at Lincoln and Orange Grove would be crazy.
I think most people now are forwarded. I don't know that a ton of the people are still going there, because it's my understanding, and Marcus, you might know this better than me, but they said last month, I thought they said they were going to stop. There was a date that they were going to stop allowing people to come pick up their mail. They had to get it forwarded because it's too much mail for that center for people to go pick up every day.
I hadn't heard that, but I can imagine, really, because picking up the mail, like, you had to have a game plan. You had to like I went on some scouting trips, right? For real. Like I drove by a couple of times to see like what's a good time. I look at the line that's too late. Or one time I went by and I was like, oh shoot, it's almost empty. So I came back around and waited. But what I will say is World Kitchen was there where you can get something.
That's incentive to hang.
So that helped, But I can imagine that. That post office wasn't built for all of Altadena, and Pasadena. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot, our post office ain't built for Altadena.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's fully burned down, so.
Right.
So it's something that long term I'm sure they got to put a date on it when that's the only way you're gonna get people to do it. We again our Altadena homeowners are stuck in their ways, right? So they're like, no, I ain't gonna get no PO box. I'm gonna go down there whenever I get to, whenever I'm in town, and I'll go get my mail. The only way they're gonna ever stop it is to put a deadline and have everybody get something, because the older that our Altadenians are, the more stubborn they're gonna be, and no, they don't gonna get a box. I'll go down there when I get around to it,
Right. Well, hold up. Let's say some of them.
Some of them, for sure.
Others are like, nope, I'm going to not go down there at all. I'm going to forward my mail to where I'm at.
For sure, some of them, and I don't want to offend any of my OGs. My apologies.
No, that's why I said that, because I know that. Look, let me tell you something, Marcus. We got some OGs to be lurking. Because we got OGs to be lurking. Brian's daddy, my mama and daddy, Brian mama. They don't say nothing at all. But then I'll get a text or later on they'll be like, "Oh, y'all talked about this. We're so proud of you." So that's why I had to say, "Wait, hold up."
So for this, or
you get Jamal's an excellent reader from my.
Right. Well, let me tell you. Wait,
am I not on the show?
My parents came over yesterday and they were talking about the show, and they had either yesterday or the day before, they were out and about. So they were listening to it in the car, and she was talking about something. And she said, "They're so smart." And I looked at her, I was like, she said, "Yeah, what? Not Brian. What's the other one's name?" I said, "Brian and Jamal." She said, "They're so smart." I
said, I only show intelligence when needed.
And I was like, "Yeah, they are." Yeah. I said, "I'm smart." She said, "Well, I already know you're smart. That's why I didn't say it."
I was just about to say that. I was just about to.
That's how that works. They will never tell you directly. They'll tell their friends.
No, that's how that works. They talk about the other folks because they already know what's happening in house.
Yeah.
So my mother complimented both of you yesterday. She was like, "They're so smart," because you guys are the brains behind this and doing all this stuff, right? So that was yesterday. So when you said that, Brian, I had to just share that. Mom, I know you're probably watching, and I'm talking about you.
Hi, Mom. Mom, full disclosure, I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke.
None of us, smoke.
You saw what I did when she came on the first time.
I don't want no smoke either.
Who is Jackie? Who is Jackie? Oh, that's your mama. Oh, hey, Miss Bailey.
Miss Bailey, you did. I'm Miss Bailey.
Sure, not messing that up, because my mom would have been like, "You called that lady by her first name."
So thank you.
Right. Still at our age, we're gonna call you Miss, Mr., Auntie, Uncle, something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, for sure.
Right. Although the kids nowadays, you got to be like, "Oh, did you just call them?" Where we were like, "You better even think about calling no adult by something other than a handle."
I started calling my dad Pop because of Sanford and Son. Hey, Pop.
It's like, "I'm gonna pop you," huh?
No, he love it. That's his name in my phone, Pop.
Oh, yeah.
That's cute.
Remember back in the day, we all had names. Where your Matt and Tat stay?
Do you realize this has been going for 2.5 hours? That is hilarious.
Yeah, because we're having conversations, and people love conversations. They don't like to be talked to. They need to be talked with.
Well, and it's so important you said that, because part of the success and what I think keeps drawing people back is we are real. We are having conversations. We're not texting. I tell everybody, I'm old school. I'm almost 60. I need to talk. I'm gonna pick up the phone and call
Because
you.
my fingers ain't got that much, and I don't like
I'm
doing
not
voice to
texting
text. I
all
have to
that.
say it twice.
I'll do a voice text over a finger text, but and so on this show, we're live, real people talking, interacting
Organic.
with people that are on here, and that art of communication that has been lost because of the technology. I think people really like that. On top of
we're getting back to basics. We're getting back to prehistoric era. You know, like right before internet and cell phones. Call that the prehistoric.
Prehistoric.
Well, think about
And
it.
some of them kids
You
be
met
hitting
somebody-
hitting them buttons so fast. You're like,
But think about back in the day. You meet somebody, you like them. Look, I really like this girl. Let me call her and get her out the house before other people start calling her, because it was only one way to get in touch. Call the house.
That's right.
On
Once
the
you got
rotary
them out the
phone,
house.
with a push button phone.
Ooh,
With the
I learned how to
long-
dial.
Hey.
I learned how to dial that number with the rotary in silence, because there's a
And
way
quiet.
you dial. You don't let it go back by itself. You do it and you drag it back.
Yep.
You put that on and you drag it back, because if you don't want to hear that noise.
Remember
when it goes back.
remember before call waiting?
call waiting. Yep.
Hey, you can reach out, and if someone on the line is just busy.
Or you call the time after call waiting. You call the time and you let that play until the person called you, so you can answer on the three-way. But here's the mistake everyone made.
They didn't click it
You
twice.
got the phone in and you was talking, you hung up the phone, and the damn phone rang back. And it was telling the time, and your mama knew you. That's what you did.
Yeah.
You're on the talking late night on the phone. And how you know? It was it said that the time will be 1:47.
Yeah.
You busted with a timestamp.
At the tone, the time will be in the number 853-1211.
I used to call the weather. I used to call the time. I used to
Remember you used to call and
Tony, I wanna
find out
show
what
you-
movies were playing?
Oh,
If
yeah.
you
That
missed
was
the movie
Yeah.
you wanted, you had to wait for the recording to play all the way over again.
I'm gonna show you something, Tony.
Yeah.
So I saw you had your little shoulder thing.
You got one?
Hold on.
Bruh.
Hold on.
Here's mine right here. I have it every day.
No, mine's is better than yours. Watch this.
Oh, yours goes down the back, huh?
Yeah, hold on. Watch this. I'm gonna step away for a minute. Put it on.
Oh, it's like a jacket.
I know. This is a heating
Yeah,
pad.
see, but more like a 40-foot cord, because my mother used to take it out to the garage and talk.
We had them cords. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Because you could close the door and the phone would be out there. Oh,
Look at this,
yes.
Look at this, Tony. Look,
Is it a heating pad?
got a button on it. Look.
Man after my own heart.
Like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hey, this is my work uniform.
That's me right there.
This is me in the morning. This is how I do it.
Yep. Well, you know, I sit here. If it
since
gets
y'all
too
doing
loud,
that.
Oh Lord, what's he going to get? Bruh, be ready, Jamal, for the bruh picture. Oh, the VA's calling me. Hold on, y'all. Hello.
Look how big this is. I got the big oversized sweatshirt.
Oh yeah, that's what the kids wear nowadays.
Yeah, you wear these at the football games and stuff now.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh.
Yeah.
Man, I went to a volleyball tournament and all the girls had those things on because inside the warehouse where they have the tournaments with like 12 different courts, it's freezing.
Yeah.
So when the girls are not playing, they all have them on. Naima got one
And
with
this is
strawberries.
the super oversized. This
Oh,
thing is
exactly.
huge.
That's what I'm saying. They got them. They look like they're floating because they go all the way down past their knees, and some of them they're so short
they
it
look
goes
like?
to their feet.
They
It's
look
called
like
the Comfy.
They look like the ghost from Pac-Man.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Yes. Yes.
All you see their feet. That's it. They just float.
Yeah, this thing is nice and soft and thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
two
Kira
buttons.
one, and then the
I got
kids
two
wanted more, so they all got them. You look like a king right there.
I know,
King's
like,
robe, like you need a
Saya,
crown
but
on your head right
Saya.
there.
But
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Saya.
I'm sorry,
for
you look
you-
like the king you are.
For
That's
you,
what I
for
meant to
you
say.
saying that, I'm gonna tell my wife I'm wearing this out to dinner tonight.
Sorry, two-fisted T. My bad. Don't get me. My bad.
But Saya.
This is real warm. This is actually from the donation.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
I was like, hey, this works, man.
Hey,
Like,
you can't shoot.
Man.
That's what's happening.
Yep. So yeah, I shoot. This is what I work in the morning.
Oh my God. So we have been going on Instagram. So I want to give some shout outs to Roz Todd. She didn't comment a couple times. Granddaddy Big Cat. Sal with Anns. Sal Withens. Maybe that's Captain EJ. What's up, EJ? All the way from Atlanta. What's up, Emil? All the way from Texas. Altadena Strong. Appreciate you.
Emil, what it do, bro?
I get Emilio whenever you're near. So yeah, there we go. Yep. Maybe it's coming up. Appreciate you, brother. Always looking out. You know, Mill changes his name every week. You got to be really keeping
it's hard
up
for
with
me
him.
to know it's him.
I mean, like, is that him?
He's keeping it fresh.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Keeping it fresh.
Like, yeah. You really follow me? Let's see. We're going to find out.
Hey,
it looks like my light is timing out.
Jamal, what's that site that you were on? That you were viewing the properties?
Here, I'm gonna bring up another one.
Are you talking about the Argus?
You're talking. So here's one. I'm gonna put it. It's long. Yeah, I'll send it to your text.
Okay.
Yeah, it's long and it's strong and it's gonna keep the friction on. So, ladies, yeah, fellas, yeah, if you want to drive my words,
so this is a different one I just sent to you that actually should be showing the ones that are finished. Yeah, I'm gonna share this screen real quick.
I guess the next time Instagram stops on a Friday, I'll start it back. I'm going to run downstairs real quick.
We should probably stop soon too, because it's over 2 hours and 30 minutes. This particular one shows houses that were eligible for the ROE. And I filtered it for Eaton Canyon, so it's 13, okay. I guess, in total. So right. 4,000 accepted, 4 in progress. It looks like they got 500 that are signed off already. So it's roughly 4%. That are cleared, yeah. Basically. Okay. And I think, and this map doesn't show the background pictures are of the houses before they were messed up.
Yeah.
So I thought this was your street. Oh no, here it is. Right here. So it looks like all of these are in progress that are in blue.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
Well, we're in the final queue, so we're waiting for.
So it hadn't been started yet.
No, they haven't started. It's waiting on. They were waiting for proof of my father's death certificate.
Oh yeah, what is that about?
Yeah, that was the holdup on getting through the last gate, basically. So I don't know why that was required, but
that don't make any sense.
But that was where we were at. So that was last notification was on Monday or Tuesday of this week, saying that we're in the last queue, the one right before they do the actual scraping of the property. So any 72 hours from now will be when we'll experience that scraping of the property.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe they required your information for your dad. That's been
it just doesn't make sense. And there's those things that just don't make sense, right? Like, why are you putting people through this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, my mom is wishing my dad was here to help her with this and for her to hold and hug and this and that, but you're requiring her to provide his death certificate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, what are you guys trying to do? You just trying to break people? You know what I'm saying?
They can't actually look that up themselves.
I mean, you would think so, right? You would think so.
It's in the system.
Yeah.
They're all registered.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily on some things, because I just found out talking to one of my builders, Allison, the one that, is president of small business, whatever. But, and she was saying, even at the town hall, you probably heard her say this, Marcus, that what they're finding, not only with the underinsured or uninsured, but there are people that are living in houses that were generationally passed down because, that's what grandparents, great grandparents, all that wanted to do. But titles were never updated or changed. And so now people don't have access to, this was grandma's house. And then you got to prove that that was your grandmother, right? With several birth certificates and all this stuff. And that it was grandma's desire to pass it down to you. And so, and I think I talked about this a few weeks ago after that and said, it's so important that we talk about trust. Yeah. And I'm going to I know an attorney that can come on here and talk about that. But if there wasn't a trust and your house wasn't in a trust and you didn't have wishes, even if you don't get a trust immediately, you can do like the poor man's copyright postmark or whatever, which is write your wishes down, mail them to yourself and someone else and say, do not open this, right? Because then it has wishes that are signed by you, that are dated. You can even have somebody else witness sign it or get it notarized or whatever. But if we're not doing even those type of things, then that's what we're running into. And I didn't hear the full what was going on with you, Marcus, until, the tail end, because I had that phone call. But just talking about what Allison said, I don't think that anybody is intentionally trying to harm anybody or anything like that by saying we need proof of this, we need a death certificate, we needed this, or we need that. But people have to make sure that whatever is being done legally, so they're not coming in to, like somebody did with FEMA fraud, right? Yeah. And claim Shawnee's husband is them or whatever. Yeah. So I think that to an extent it's good, but at the same time, yes, for someone that just lost everything, you don't want to have that extra to go through. But if that's the only way that, thanks, Mark, that we can make sure it's done, these are the things that I would love to do a workshop one day on Zoom with people. And we say, hey, any of you that don't have a TOD, that don't have a trust, that don't have even written down, here's something how you can do it and get this done even now, right? Because that's
Mark's specialty. That's what he does with financial planning.
Well, we'll bring Mark on to talk about it then in the next week or
Mark,
two.
Mark, you put on blast. You coming on now. You ain't no hiding, brother.
Because it's so
out there. Open the door.
We got to make sure we're taken care of. We gotta protect you.
CMV, we all we got.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Just regarding with my mom, it was just we found out that the reason why we were still kind of stuck in phase 2 was that they needed my dad's death certificate. And wow. but that I know all of that was taken care of. My mom is a stickler on all of that. Yeah. So it just didn't make sense to me why they were asking for that. My father's passed like 4 years ago. Okay. So all of that has been sorted out and everything. So I just didn't understand how they were asking or why they would be asking for that to do the right of entry.
I think it's to protect her, because there are people that are doing fraudulent things, right? Mm-hmm. And anybody can say that they're your mom, and
or someone could say they're my dad, right? Maybe that's what you're saying. I mean that maybe because of fraud, that kind of makes sense, right? Like okay, if she has this, then we know that this is who she says she is. Yes. And we know that if we hear anybody else saying that they're Mr. Betts, that they're not him, so I you know what? Just talking it out, it kind of makes more sense. you know.
So Ziva, no, that is not actually the lesson, because several people had fireproof safes that burned.
No,
and had stuff burned, including
they were fire
Bank of
resistant.
America, including Bank of
They were not
America
fireproof.
on Lake. Their vault, their all those safety deposit box stuff burned down. That's how hot this fire got.
Yeah.
So it would be great to say that, but unfortunately, this fire scorched all kinds of stuff, including fireproof safes that people had stuff in.
Yeah.
But literally, like, we know people that had safes and still had nothing because it was gone. It was ashes.
Yep.
But yeah, I would think it's to protect your mom, because somebody could say, oh, well, we're Mr. Betts or whatever, and protect from fraud.
Yep.
And the thing is, if her papers got burned in the house, your dad's death certificate at 540 Woodbury, that's why they had the county there, all of that, where they could just order them and send them to the new address or whatever. Because we even had to reorder my dad's veterans, his DD 214, his discharge paperwork, right? And we did it there that day. So, yeah.
No,
it's unfortunate that people have to even think about that, though.
Well, you know, and as we know, you know, fraud is happening, right? So. So if we can safeguard and have maybe a step in there that just ensures that it's not fraud, then I'm for that for sure, you know?
Yeah.
Hard to do because you have people that don't have any documentation.
Right.
So, you know, for those, they're going up there pretty much, it's their identity, but then somebody that lived across the street from you that knows you real well could become you because they know everything about it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's probably for protection, to be honest. And but I think what has happened too, because I realized this, or I saw it when I went over there with my parents on Woodbury, they sent people to do immediate assistance, but a lot of the people that they sent are used to being behind a desk and not in someone's face as a customer advocate, or don't have customer service skills. And so when people would come, and we heard it, people were pissed, they were frustrated, angry, all that, because you were dealing with somebody that never is facing people. Right. And some had attitude, some couldn't answer questions. And for someone that just lost their entire life, basically, they're not trying to hear you tell them, I don't know, or have an attitude or anything. And so I think even with that, and I've said it a million times, we got to give one another grace, because if all I've ever done is this job, but I'm behind a desk in the office, and for a minute we might have been at home because of COVID, and then we're back in the office, hybrid or whatever, and now I got to get out here in the field in front of people, I may not have the capacity to do that, right? And so me, I just lost everything, and I'm on edge, but I got to remember to try to give people grace, because they may not have every answer that I need right now. I think that's a whole nother thing that when we have the mental health professional come on and all that, we can talk about that too, because it's a real give and take, sticky, fine line to walk on. And everybody, that's why I keep saying, just give each other grace right now, because it is just a lot, right? And sometimes just way too much.
Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah, Ziva, you're right. We talked about that the other day too, uploading to like your Google Drive or Dropbox or whatever to have all your digital copies. If you don't have a hard drive, an external that you could grab and go. I know for me, I have like a special place in my house with it's a accordion folder, but it zips, and every important anything, titles to cars, whatever is in there, and I can just grab it at any time and be out. So if there's an emergency.
I had that too, but I didn't think there was going to be a fire.
But that would, for me, if I had to ever evacuate or anything, I'm grabbing that, right?
It's got all the your go bag. Part of your go.
It's got the passports, the everything, exactly. And I know what's in it. I know where it's at. I'm going, boom, pulling it out, and we're out. So whatever. But it is important to have the digital, and then so that if you can't grab it, or like Brian said, he didn't think, because nobody thought we'd be gone, and then all the houses would be gone, right? You'd be gone a couple of hours and go back. Super important.
Well, luckily for me, majority of the stuff I do over the last 15, 20 years have been on Dropbox and Google Drive. So all my clients' information is in the cloud.
Yeah.
And I can still function and work. Now, if I would have lost my hard drives and stuff, because I knew the most important thing I needed to grab was my laptop and my hard drives.
Yeah.
Everything else was just stuff. But this stuff has my drawings, my creations, everything that I've ever done, video content from years ago that I rehash every 5-10 year anniversary. So, it's just crazy. I just made sure that was a factor. And this is why I'm always an advocate for, please.
Yep.
Use your G drive. It's right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Or
well, we almost been over 3 hours. And I've been starving for the last 2.
I know, because if an hour in, you're starving.
You and me both. Because wife was cooking in the kitchen. I'm smelling it. I'm
ready for Tony.
I'm ready to go. Oh, exactly.
Tony to finish half the bag.
No, it was already down here.
That's how I do with sunflower seeds. Or what they used to call them, poly seeds.
Oh,
man,
yeah.
I'll go through a whole bag of those. Just, shell. Oh, I love those. I got to get some.
Me too, the David and Sons. And then my body was like, no, ma'am. You're now allergic to them because you would eat them every day. So you cannot have those anymore. So I can't even eat sunflower seeds anymore.
Wow.
That's not cool.
I know, because those are the best things ever. All right. Well, have a good one. Go get your either deep dish pizza, pho, or...
No, I made spaghetti. I'm going to warm it up.
Ooh.
I'm homebody because tomorrow I'm going to be out there. So... I'm gonna probably hit up World Central Kitchen and do a live from there. I'm at World Central Kitchen, getting a meal, letting you know that they're at Gordy's Garage every week.
Gordy's. We got.
All right, well, we're gonna take y'all out with the intro, and as always, we appreciate everybody that stayed on. Let's go back over to Instagram and give you the quick shout outs. We got Fawn Thinking Out Loud, join, Emil, Roz Toes, Granddaddy Big Cat, Kim Lou. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you. Yes, we are the longest running podcast in the world.
In the world, y'all.
That's talking about Altadena. So just let you know.
Straight up,
that's and that's how we're going to start it off. We're the longest podcast in the world. So this is our 53rd episode.
Today,
that's right.
Even if you start today,
you're not gonna catch.
Not gonna be able to catch up.
What he said.
Even if you got more followers, you're still not disciplined to do it every day.
Means nothing.
In fact, if you got more followers, why don't you share our show?
That's all.
How about that?
That's it.
How about that? So Park and Sip, he's got like 19,000 subscribers. I'm gonna have Park and Sip share. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
come on, Park and Sip.
Yesterday.
Help us out, brother. We followed you, AltadenaTalks, to subscribe to your page. Help us out. We need the looks. This is important. We're not just doing fun and games, slapstick comedy, and all that. We have a combined show that includes all that. So, thank you very much. We're gonna have a great weekend, and you too. So, peace out, y'all. We're gonna take you out with
weekend, everybody.
Our infamous intro outro.
Peace out, y'all. See you next week.